You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals, presented by Dixon City Hyundai and Performance Kia.
Welcome inside Lakeland Stadium. We're at Chapman Lake in Lackawanna County. Tonight, it's a meeting between two of the top teams in AAA of District 2, as Wyoming area from the Wyoming Valley Conference takes on Lakeland from the Lackawanna Football Conference. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob I. Welcome to Week 6 of high school football here on MyTV WQMY. Hannah O'Reilly will join us shortly on the sidelines, and former Tunkhannock area coach Jan Sechak will join me in the booth. And coach, you look at the standings right now. 1 is Lakeland, 3 is Wyoming area. The peanut butter in the middle is Scranton Prep right now. We don't see them tonight. So you have 2 of the top 3 teams in District 2 AAA going head-to-head tonight, and it's really no surprise.
It really isn't. We saw Scranton Prep earlier against Wallenpaupack. They took care of business up there, and they're not worried about what's going on up here tonight. We've got 2 great teams here, both running. Well, Wyoming area is a running team, and we know they're a passing team up here at Lakeland.
Well, 2 years ago, Wyoming area won District 2 AAA. Then they went on to win the state title. Lakeland won it last year. So you look at both teams right now, does one have an edge over the other?
I think right now the offensive line has to go to Wyoming area. 6'2", 270-pound average across the board. But I like the skill kids from Lakeland.
Let's talk about the Warriors. They beat they lost the tough one to Southern Columbia 2 weeks ago. Last week, they kind of have more confidence. They have momentum. They crushed Crestwood 27-0. They have all the skilled players, including Leo Harrells, our Toyota Spotlight player.
Leo Harrells is their top running back this year. He's also a receiver. He's got 287 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he's only played in 4 out of the 5 games.
Let's talk about Lakeland. We talked about them, tops in District 2. You look at their passing game, and yes, they're passing. This is not your father's Lakeland team anymore. They run a little bit, but really the passing game has taken them to a next level, and that includes our Toyota Spotlight player, Nick Mancuso.
Nick Mancuso has fit into this run-and-shoot offense, even though it's mostly a shoot. He's got 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. He's a dual threat out of the backfield also.
Beautiful night for high school football. A little bit of a fall chill in the air, but we're all ready to go. It's Wyoming area and Lakeland. Next.
You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals, presented by Dixon City Hyundai and Performance Kia.
On a gorgeous night for high school football, it's number 8 Wyoming area kicking on number 7 Lakeland from Chapman Lake. Both teams on the field, the coin flip taking place. Coach, and Wyoming area won the toss. They will defer. Lakeland will get the ball, so we'll see that potent passing attack from the Chiefs right from the get-go.
Well, they have developed what they call the run and shoot from June Jones and Mouse Davis back in the early 90s, and they have developed, Lakeland has taken it to the next level. They're doing some crazy stuff with formations, and how quick they're getting the ball out has been very effective for the Chiefs all season.
Chiefs have not been tested really yet all season. Last week they beat Carbondale area 38-14. Their toughest game was against Wallenpaupack, who we saw just 14-7.
And Wallenpaupack has a very big offensive line, as does Wyoming area, averaging 6'2", 270 pounds across the board. So it's going to be interesting to see how Nico Spataro can handle that type of pressure.
Of course, Wyoming area 2 weeks ago gave Southern Columbia their biggest test so far this season. Actually led in that game until the Tigers could win it in the last 1 minute of the game, 37-30. And as we know, 2 years ago, that gave them the confidence and kind of momentum to win a state title. So we'll talk about that in a second. Homecoming here tonight, big crowd on hand, breast cancer awareness as well. Time now for our national anthem performed by the Lakeland Band.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was not the Lakeland band. That was our national anthem, not the Lakeland band, but a nice rendition there. And surprisingly, Coach, this is just the 4th meeting between these two teams, and more on that. Let's go to Hannah on the field. Hannah?
Bob and Jan, I want to first start off by saying it's only October 1st. It's a little chilly down here. I don't know how prepared I am for tonight, but regardless, we're excited. We're at Lakeland tonight as they take on Wyoming area. This is another one of those conference crossover games. These two teams have never played each other in a regular season game, but have played each other 3 times in the playoffs. Both teams are very strong, have had great seasons so far, so it's going to be another toss-up. Who's going to go home with the win? We're excited to find out. Bob and Jan, back to you guys.
Absolutely. Lakeland leads the series just 2 games to 1, and all those meetings were in the district playoffs, and we expect possibly they can meet again. So a regular season meeting between the Warriors and the Chiefs. Lakeland will get the ball first. Mancuso and Siemens going back deep. Roos at number 27, the senior's strong leg. He'll start at linebacker tonight. He does the kicking off. Our referees tonight, Greg Davis is the white hat. William Legg, Nick Gentilessa, Stan Zaneski, Jeff Shook, Frank McCabe, and Joe Ross on the chains. So our top 10 FNR matchup is about to get underway on a chilly night for high school football in Chapman Lake. And here's the opening kick. It's a short one, taken by Snyder at the 35 for the Chiefs. And that's about where the Chiefs will have it. So Domenico Spataro comes in. He's just shy of 1,000 yards passing on the season already, Coach, and 12 touchdowns.
And last year, his brother was probably just shy of 1,000 yards rushing. How times have changed up here at Lakeland. And we saw Nico take control last year. He had some great targets to throw to, and they've expanded that this year with this group of receivers they have.
Chiefs coming in, averaging 31 points per game, and 319 total yards, 191 through the air. First give is a handoff on the inside, and that's actually Nick Mancuso, the starting wide receiver, who got the start there at tailback, and he'll actually lose a couple yards.
And right here, you'll see they just go with that zone, and Sokash, the defensive end, stood his man up, and Crossley, the linebacker, came in, pulled the trigger, and dropped him down there right for a loss.
Of course, one of the things to watch is the offensive line from Lakeland missing their best lineman, really Hornsby, against a very talented defensive front for Wyoming area.
Not only
Spataro under pressure to the outside. He connects to Lakota Dupree, the tight end. It's a gain of about 6. So let's check in now with the offense, brought to you by Dixon City Hyundai. Bullock and Snyder are the halfback and the tailback. Bullock's run for 176 yards. Very speedy wide receivers. Siemens is in there on the outside as well, has 4 touchdowns. And up front, this group will be tested tonight. They lost a lot from the offensive line a year ago. So far, so good. This will be their biggest test of the season so far. Spataro hasn't really faced any pressure all year. He does, and he finds it's Mancuso. It's a figure law first down inside Warrior territory down to the 44-yard line.
Well, one of the things that the Chiefs have going for him is Nico Spataro back there. Again, you can see pass protection breaks down. He knows how to run the ball because they run that RPO very well. He did a great job last year with his brother. And again, there's our Toyota Spotlight player making things happen out there.
16-yard gain on the play for the Chiefs. Dupree comes back for a tight end catch, and it's a positive gain of about 4.
Again, they like to throw that quick outside. That's that outside look that Oregon does a lot of, the quick screens. And you see 56-63 for their offensive line getting downfield. And again, they're moving the ball with their offense and all these different formations that they will hit you with.
This defense gives up 17 points average on the year. They have 4 interceptions and 6 sacks so far for Wyoming area. Mancuso with a lane. He has a lot of speed. Excuse me, that's Spataro. A helmet comes off a player. But it's a figure law first down for Spataro up to the 30-yard line. Gain of almost 10.
Again, the patience he has, he's looking, checking off downfield. Protection collapses on him, and he just uses his legs to get that nice first down.
Spataro last week against Carbondale, 16 of 19, 239 yards.
That's a great night.
Touchdown. Yeah.
That's a great night for a high school quarterback.
What Coach likes about him, he's very smart. He can read defenses, and he can even change plays. Good protection. Oh, what a spectacular catch by Mancuso.
Wow.
One-handed. And we have an injured Wyoming area player. So we'll take a breath, but it's a positive game, almost 15.
This is tremendous job. Ball's a little overthrown, and he stretches that right hand out and pulls that in. And again, he wrestled it away from the defensive back. You'll see this again. Ball's a little high and away, but again, that's great concentration by Nick Mancuso to pull that ball in for another figure law first down.
So as we tend to the injured player, we'll get a number on him, but let's check on the defense for Wyoming area. Brought to you by Dixon City Hyundai. Pacheschi's in the middle, Elko and Clark. They play a 3-4 type defense. You'll see a lot of defensive ends. The linebackers, Maranka. Rusin moves to the back. He has 26 total tackles on the year. Crosley and Sokat Jaminik is the defensive end outside linebacker. Secondary, tested so far, Pisano, Ciandra, Harros, and Alanzare. Ciandra coming in 15 total tackles on the year. Alanzare has 2 interceptions. So let's check out this spectacular catch.
This is a top 10 highlight on ESPN. Ball's high and away, a little wobbly. And again, look at that concentration. 2 hands, and he rips it right out of the defense, Harris's hands. We have a matchup right there of our spotlight players right there. Number 2 and number 22. All right, he's up, number 15.
Well, that's a big loss because that is the starting quarterback, folks. That is Blaze Stokach-Minnick, his first year as a starting quarterback. And if he is out, that's a huge loss for the offense, for the Warriors.
And talking with Coach Spencer in pregame, they're concerned because right now, midseason, and both teams have been losing kids, but now that's a key one right there. So we're going to have to see when the Warriors go on offense, who's coming at the quarterback position.
And how has that changed the game plan as well? So an opening drive for Lakeland has them inside the Allied Services red zone at the 13-yard line. Spataro already, no incompletions. Looking left, staying left, gets it out and hits Kevin Schneider, the junior. He's up close to a figure law first down. Let's see where the mark is. Nope, it's only a gain of about 4.
And Coach P is really excited. You'll see they go with the fake RPO and they go to the pass route. But Coach P was very excited because all his skill kids are underclassmen gaining valuable experience. Plus, they're being very successful this year.
So for the offensive line is holding up pretty strong against this Wyoming area bigger defensive line. Quarterback run. Has a block. Spataro to the end zone. Touchdown, Chiefs! It's a U.S. Army touchdown for Domenico Spataro, and Lakeland takes the opening kickoff for a touchdown.
Watch how they do the blocking on his. 23 looks inside. You got the up top, the wide receiver kicking out, and Domenico Spataro just splits that and goes in for the touchdown.
8 plays, 64-yard drive to open up this one for the Chiefs. Zach Janowski in for the extra point, number 25. It is up, and it is good. So the Chiefs march down the field, and they take the early 7-0 lead. We are back at Lakeland Stadium. Chiefs march down the field and take the early 7-0 lead on this Patero 13-yard run. They need only 8 plays, Coach, and that's a pretty impressive drive.
That's a great way to open up a homecoming game. March right down the field, take almost 3 minutes off the clock, and punch in 7 points.
We'll give an update on the Wyoming area quarterback in a minute. This is kicked out of bounds by Geronimo. And there is Blaze Sokach-Minnick, the first-year starter, also the long snapper headed to Penn State. And you can see they're looking at his knee on the sidelines. So we'll keep an eye on that. He obviously will not come back into the game right at this moment. We'll have to see who the quarterback is and how that plays into the Wyoming area offense. So the kick goes out of bounds. Wyoming area elects to get the ball re-kicked. So they'll move it back 5 yards. I saw somebody taking snaps. I couldn't get a number, though.
I didn't see that either. I saw the snaps occurring, but I couldn't read numbers from the side view that we have. Now, again, this is interesting. Why not make them re-kick it, try to get better field position, and we'll see what happens, because that ball kind of squibbed out of bounds.
So Geronimo off a player for Wyoming area, but they recover it. It will be at the 45-yard line. So Wyoming area comes out, they'll get the ball, and they have a high-powered offense as well, averaging almost 34 points per game. They shut out Crestwood last week 27-0.
Well, I still can't tell who the Q is going to be at this point. 22.
Harrows has taken some snaps. He did it against Southern Columbia and some other factors. So Drew Maruk is out, number 21, one of their leading rushers. So on the first play, Harrows takes the snaps. It's handed off to Ciantra, the 5'10", 175-pound senior who has 166 yards and 3 touchdowns coming in.
And they just go with the ISO play. But look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue jerseys right there. That big offensive line has got to start establishing themselves. I know it's only the first play for the Wyoming area Warriors, but they have the size advantage, and they have to start taking advantage of it.
Yeah, we talked about it in pregame. They average 6'2", 278 pounds along the front. But with Harrows in there, he has not thrown a pass this year. Now, how does that affect the balance of the Warrior offense? Nice hole. Harrows up into Chiefs territory. Gain of 7. Third down coming up.
Well, Harris knows the offense. The only problem is he hasn't had that passing quality time that's needed. We know he's going to be able to run, so they're going to have to figure out how to contain him. And then they have that fullback, their big fullback in there in that big line. So if they just settle down, and again, I think we're going to see what Wyoming area does, play very physical football.
As a team, 352.2 total yards per game. 214 on the ground, 138 average coming in. So this is Pisano on the end around. It's a figure law first down, but there is a flag, so we'll have to check that. He goes down near just past the 40-yard line. It's our first flag, second flag of the night.
Boy, Rocco Pisano, I've watched film on him, and he gets walloped almost every game, and right there he did, and we'll get the call right now from the official.
62.
So the face mask in there on Lakeland will add on to the Pisano run.
And this is a great run. Speed sweep. He didn't go all the way out because number 5 does a great job in there kicking out. He tucks it back in, and that's when the hand came in and touched the face mask.
John Siemens with the big hit, the junior who has 31 total tackles coming in, laid the hit on Pisano. Inside to Ciandra and host of blue jerseys there. So this was the original starting offense we're going to see now. Brought to you by Dixon City Hyundai. Harrells now has moved to quarterback. Crosley's the fullback. Ciandra is the tailback. The wide receivers, Pisano, Alizari, and Clark. And then the big offensive line, which we talked about, led by Nick Elko, the senior who's been around a couple years, 6'4", 295-pound senior. So on second down, quarterback keep. Going to be third and short on the way.
Well, he had that quarterback keeping big number 73, Ryan Gilpin, 6 foot, 280 pounds. You see him right there in your screen, folks. Larger than life. Big boy in there. He's moving some people out.
Lakeland defense comes in, giving up just 13.5 points per game. They have 12 sacks on the year, 33 tackles for a loss, and they already have a couple on this opening drive.
It's interesting that they're bringing 10 guys in the box because they know that their pass game is going to be limited.
Yeah, but that big offensive line has a huge push. Harrow's up for a figure law first down to the 21, gain of 5.
And brought down by number 4, Evan Pocus, the 5'10", 165-pound junior. See that just go quarterback sneak right up in there? And when you have your cornerback coming up, or your strong safety coming up from his position to make that tackle, they're starting to get to that secondary very quickly.
Well, Harrells knew he was going to get a host of snaps tonight because Maruk was out. I don't think he expected to play quarterback, but right now it's a huge gain. Figure law first down up to the 1-yard line, gain of 20, first and goal, Wyoming area.
You'll see number 69, Big Nick Elko, 6'4", 295 pounds. He just came in, cleaned house, and this is great vision on his part right now, number 22, in there running that ball. Great vision to cut back.
Mancuso saved a touchdown. So a great reaction drive for Wyoming area without their starting quarterback. First and goal inside the Allied Services red zone. Harrells drops the ball. He still pushes. Maybe a loss on the play. We'll see where they mark it. Wyoming area is lucky they didn't lose the ball right there on the fumble. Harrells looks banged up a little bit.
They're in the power eye right there. And again, when you get put in a quarterback under this type of situation, we've got to take care of the technique first. And I'm sure coach is going to talk to him when he comes out this series, say, make sure you put that top hand right, put pressure on the center, ride them through, make sure you get the ball.
Back into the power eye. Harrells trying to get a block, cannot. Lakota Dupree, after a yard gain, stops him short of the end zone.
Well, Leo Harris, he's getting his numbers called, and he's doing his best. They try going with that power eye kick out with the quarterback keep. And look at all the Chiefs around there, 22, 23, 12, all coming in and contributing to stop that.
So third and goal. Almost lost that one. Sandra walks in. It's U.S. Army touchdown, Wyoming area.
What a great way to counter that opening drive from the Chiefs to come right back down with your backup quarterback in there, thinking you're going to have a limited selection. They do a nice job. Bumbles the ball right there. And again, they just run the ISO with Crossley lead blocking and Ciandra with the walk-in touchdown.
His fourth touchdown rushing on the year for the senior. A 10-play, 60-yard drive.
Coach Spencer's got to be feeling pretty good about that, but you know in the back of his head, he's very concerned about losing his starting cue right there.
Well, because it affects the next 4 games and then possibly the playoffs, depending on the severity of the injury. They ride the offensive line on their first series. The extra point will tie it up. Ruson's kick is up, and it is through, and we are tied with 3:52 in the first quarter. Both teams drive the field on their opening possession, and a top 10 battle in the FNR countdown is living up to expectations here early on. Both doing a nice job on the ground and really playing to their strengths, Coach. We saw great passing from Lakeland and a huge push from the offensive line for Wyoming area.
And you lose Blaze in there at that quarterback spot. Somebody's got to step up, and the 5 guys that you always want to control the game have stepped up, and they started exerting their will against that defensive front from the Chiefs. So this is going to be we thought this was going to be a great game, and it is. Here's the keys to the game, for the key of performance. Lakeland, they want to control the ball, and they want to win the turnover battle. And Coach was saying pregame that he really, really wants to control the ball to keep it away from that big offensive line and how talented the Warriors are.
Siemens and Mancuso back to receive the Rusin kick. Wyoming area taking a little breather. Well, I guess you don't need to throw the ball when you have a offensive line that averages 278 pounds.
That's that's like a Division III, Division II offensive line out there.
Absolutely. So now let's see what Lakeland has to say on their next possession. 7-7 is your score. We're just in the first quarter. Homecoming here at Lakeland. Line drive to Snyder again. Trying to get some blocks. Holds on to the ball. He's up past the 40. And this drive for the Chiefs will start at the 41.
Driscoll's Home Center is a proud sponsor of the Wyoming Area Warriors. Stop by Driscoll's Home Center today to discover hardware and home goods from your favorite brands. Get insights to your next DIY from our team of home improvement enthusiasts. And don't forget to shop our new 2021 holiday section, filled with today's most popular gifts and decorations. Driscoll's Home Center offers more than just hardware, 7 days a week, located conveniently in West Pittston and Old Forge.
So Spataro had to come out of the pocket. It was almost picked off by Ciandra. It goes incomplete.
You'll see right here, he just goes with the fake RPOs. They're trying to flood that area. They have a long, short, and a medium route. And again, look at that. The ball got tipped and then in and out of Ciandra's hands.
Well, I talked to Spataro earlier this week. He said he really hasn't been under pressure all year. Well, he's facing pressure tonight. He's doing a nice job getting away from the Wyoming area defense.
And Coach P knew that how physical the Wyoming Area Warriors are. And his kids are playing great tonight. This we said it was going to be a rock'em sock'em game.
Elko takes him down. First sack of the night for the Warriors, right on cue. Lost to the 35-yard line. Loss of 6, third down and long on the way.
The pocket on this collapse is way too fast. Again, you got to keep moving your feet. Offensive linemen have to move their feet with the defensive linemen to try to keep them in check. But I'll tell you what, Nick Elko, that's a force to be reckoned with. 6'4", 295 pounds.
Looks like the Warriors sending 4. Here comes Rusin to the line. Here comes the 5-man rush. They pick it up. Spataro has room, but does he have enough for a figure law first down? He looks like on the mark. They'll give it to him inside Warrior territory down to the 47-yard line.
And again, we get a great shot here. The good job with the pass pro on this, but it opens up. He steps up and he gets that figure law first down. And you see him after this play when he's coming back towards the huddle. He's not shaken by this because he knows he can do this. He's done it before.
What do the Warriors have to do? They have to keep him in the pocket a little more.
Well, they can keep that pressure, but they're going to have to assign one of their linebackers to spy him. Kind of just play right there, just mirror whatever he does, and that might help them.
Well, Lakeland can throw the ball pretty well against Susquehanna. They're high on the year, 240 yards, and that's what they wanted to do so far tonight. This one goes incomplete.
That was Kevin Snyder trying to haul that ball in. One thing Nico Spataro has done is he's gotten a lot faster with his release. You can see that's a good ball right there. You got to pull those balls in to make that reception, make it easier so you have more manageable downs.
Warrior defense has Came in with 6 sacks on the year. They have 1 tonight, 4 interceptions. And both teams have a positive turnover ratio that has helped them to the records that they have. Coach Powarchik with 2:46 wants to call a timeout, kind of trying to figure out the play.
Well, I think from our vantage point up here, it looked like they didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage. They would have been flagged for a penalty. And I think he's just trying to tell the guys, settle down, make sure we do what we have to do. You see, he just put his fingers up saying, look, we have to make sure we have 2 guys on the outside on the line of scrimmage.
Here are the coaches. Coach P, as Mr. Seachak calls him because he can't pronounce Powarchik. Okay. We've had him 3 times last year and in the dream game. And of course, Randy Spencer has a state title under his belt, 14th season, 88 wins for Coach Spencer.
Coach, I mean, the longevity of any coach to be able to go 14 seasons at one school is a testament to his will and his coaching staff. They do a tremendous job there with the Warriors year in and year out. And 2 years ago, they were fortunate enough to win that state title. I shouldn't say fortunate. They worked their keisters off to get there. I mean, it was a great season for them. And Coach Powarchik.
Thank you. I know Dave thanks you.
He does. His family does. But Dave has done a great job. Coach has done a great job up here since taking the reins over. And again, he's changed the look of the Chiefs in their offensive mode.
Quarterback? Nope. We're going to have a flag down. Illegal motion, illegal procedure against the Chiefs, so we'll back them up 5. Offense. That was going to be a quarterback sneak, so you see that they're trying to get Spataro on the outside.
Well, they saw something, obviously, that they were going to try to collapse that down. And again, his threat, not just with his arm, is with his legs also. And we know the Spataro name for the last 4 years from his brother, Giovanni. I think he rushed for over 4,000 yards in his career here with the Chiefs.
So Coach Minnick is on the table. We saw him before. He's just sitting up right now. He's just sitting there staring into the game. So Spataro, all day to throw. Can't find anyone open. Great defense by the Warriors. Now he's flushed out. And he connects with Snyder. It's a figure law first down for the Chiefs. Down inside the 30-yard line.
Well, defense coordinator for the Warriors did not bring pressure this time. And look, you could count 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4. And again, he's flushed out. And this is what happens with this type of offense. The quarterback and receivers, they have this uncommon thing going in here that they know they're going to extend plays and they have to come back and help their quarterback out. Huge first down.
So Spataro leading the way for the Chiefs. Another positive drive on their second possession of the game. Flush, throws, has a wide open receiver. That's Siemens who comes back. They'll mark him off for about 8. Up right at the Allied Services red zone.
And you'll see again, there's a lot of time here, and they're starting to mirror them. They're not going to be rushing them. They're going to try to contain Nico Spataro. And a great job by Siemens coming in there, getting that 8-yard gain. It's really difficult to defend that in terms of practice time because the way that these guys, the Chiefs, are running it, it's a lot faster than you would have your second team quarterback on scout team running it.
Pump fake, he wanted to go long, and he's flushed out. We lost on the play for Spataro.
Brought down by big Michael Clark, another 6'2", 225-pound senior. You'll see, again, there's the push by Russ. It just pushed them out of the way, flushed them. You want to send them back to your pack. It's that wolf pack mentality. You send one guy in, so that way you flush them out to your rest of the defensive line.
Under 30 seconds now to play in a very entertaining first quarter between these top 10 teams. Spataro has to make one man miss. He does. And if they give him, let's see where they're going to spot him.
Looks like it's
just
shy.
short. Yeah. Just short on third down, 4th and a half a yard for the first down.
That should be the quarter. You'll see right here, he's looking downfield. Check 1, check 2, and it wasn't there. And he had that little gap, and he squirted through there and almost got that first down.
So we're tied at 7 here at Chapman Lake. But the Chiefs are driving to take the lead once again. We'll be back with the second quarter on MyTV.
Shift gears real quick and present to you the CarVision Nissan Scholar Athlete. Now, each week the schools give us one student that not only is a great athlete, but performs well in the classroom as well. At the end of this football season, one of these students will have the chance to win a $5,000 scholarship. Tonight we have one senior from Lakeland and one from Wyoming area. Megan Williams of Lakeland plays soccer and is on high honor roll. Rocco Pisano plays football, wrestles, does track and field, and is also a high honor roll student. We want to congratulate both students for their hard work and for being tonight's CarVision Nissan Scholar Athletes. Bob and Jan, back to you guys.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you, Hannah. Hope you're staying warm down there. Bob I, Jan Seachak, along with Hannah, here for this FNR Top 10 matchup. Starting to begin the second quarter, Lakeland's on the drive on their second possession. They owned a 7-0 lead, and then Wyoming area responded with a touchdown of their own.
Timeout called by the Chiefs coach.
Something they didn't like. Yeah, you don't want to call a timeout without the clock running to begin the second quarter. It was their second timeout already used, and something he wanted to see. So the Chiefs' schedule, and it's something we'll keep an eye on as we head towards the playoffs, Coach. We talked about this beforehand. You can see all the wins right there, but now after tonight, they face teams, what do they say, with a combined 10-9 record overall. So 10 wins and 9 losses. So a little tougher schedule for them than for Wyoming area and Prep, which we'll talk about later on. We see the district standings.
And Western Wayne right now is winning 28-0 first quarter against Honesdale.
And Mid-Valley's 4-1.
Yes, Mid-Valley's and Riverside. Coach Armstrong always has them ready. And Dunmore was winning last time I checked. So they don't have an easy schedule for the rest of the season.
All. Well, let's see if they can convert on this one. This drive started at their own 41-yard line. So Spatero's in the backfield. Sidecar to him is Jason Bullock. Spatero going to pass again. Bullock picks up the rush to the end zone. Mancuso, great coverage down there by Alanzari, and it goes incomplete.
And again, this is what I talked about earlier. These receivers know they have to be in sync with the quarterback, and he's coming back. They see that he's getting flushed, and he comes back to the ball. But again, Anasari, nice job with that breakup. Great job with that inside hand, knocking the ball away.
So Wyoming area takes over on downs. They'll start this drive right at the 23-yard line. So great defense out. If you're just joining us, the starting quarterback, Blaise Sokach-Minnick, was hurt on defense on the opening possession, and he remains out. Leo Harrells has stepped in as the quarterback. Drew Maruk, one of their leading rushers, is also out for this game. So it's been a lot of run for the Warriors so far, and with a big offensive line, it's doing a pretty good job. This one may be coming back, might be holding on Wyoming area. And that's the preliminary call, so this one is coming back. Let's see if we can see it.
Right there. Harris does a nice job. This was a quarterback keep design all the way. They wanted to get him out wide. And he was our spotlight player, is our spotlight player. Again, he's got 281 yards this year. And again, he's 4 touchdowns. So he has it. Here's the call.
First down, 10 yards.
Well, they just had a great play. And now it's coming back and adding it. So now it's 1st and 20. And again, when you have a backup quarterback in, that really limits what your play selection can be.
Chiefs would like to hold them, get the ball back in good field position. Warriors want to eat up some clock. Harrells up, ridden down. Curcio coming in, number 34, his first tackle on the night. Short gain.
And again, they're just going to try to run him in there. And what I saw from the Chiefs defense, they're playing a cover 2 shell. So that means they have 2 safeties, 2 corners, and those free safeties are firing the gun. They're coming down hard inside to take away that outside run by the quarterback.
Just the 4th meeting between these two teams. First in the regular season, though. Two teams that might meet in the district playoffs. Things play out. Harrell's first pass, a little swing to Bizzano. He has a lot of speed, but Lakeland corrals him for only a 2-yard gain. 3rd and long on the way now for Wyoming area.
Licata Dupree out there from his defensive end spot. He comes, puts pressure in, continues out again, and Bizzano does a nice job cutting back inside. But you see that he came from the left defensive end all the way to the right side of the field. Dupree did.
So you're the defensive coordinator for Lakeland. You see the starting quarterback go out. What changes? You blitz more? What do you want to do more that maybe you planned on doing?
They're going to play a softer coverage because they know there's not going to be that much of a pass threat. Can he pass the ball? Absolutely. He's an athlete, Harris is. And they just called a timeout. They're trying to probably 3rd and 10. What do we want to do? They were going with that swing pass to say, yeah, we can do that. So they're going to just try to just deke the ball in there and just take what they can get and put it in the running back's or receiver's hands.
I mean, Minnick was a first-year quarterback, but he already had 10 touchdowns on the year, just 1 interceptions. So now your performance keys to the game for Wyoming area.
Again, right now, minimize that offensive schedule plays. And what Coach Spencer meant was they're doing all those crazy offensive formations, and he just wants to try to take that away from them and make them play more of a I'm going to say a vanilla offense for the Lakeland Chiefs and and be physical, which we know that's a trademark of Wyoming area every year in and year out.
And that's what we saw in the first drive, but now Lakeland's kind of responded to that. So timeout for Wyoming area is their first of the half.
And being physical doesn't mean just on defense. He wants that offensive line, especially now. You guys, this game is in your hands.
Both teams, again, playing a lot of players on both sides of the ball. So you're physical, you wear them down for later in the game.
And as an offensive lineman, these guys know, and they're going both ways, that they have to be in great shape to be able to produce and be successful like they have been all year.
Handoff on the inside to Crosley. Conservative call for Wyoming area, and it'll be 4th down, and the punt team comes out for the Warriors.
Aaron Crosley right here on the fullback trap. Big number 65 in there, Adam Wormuth, 6'4", 285 pounds. He did a nice job. He kind of wrong-armed that trap play coming at him, and it stopped at the line of scrimmage.
So the first punt of the night, Rusin does the kicking, averages 32 yards, does have a long on the year, 42 yards. He'll need to boot one here, or the Chiefs will have excellent field position for another drive. Nice high hanging kick. Mancuso backs up, lets it hit, can't get it. Finally picks it up to 34. Ton of white jerseys there, and they take him down. Return of about 5 yards, and they'll mark him right just about the 41-yard line.
Friday Night Rivals is sponsored by Keystone College. Your career starts here with over 40 degree options, the lowest tuition, and a giant education. Register for on-campus open house on Saturday, October 23rd. A great game going on here tonight, Bob. This is the best one of the year.
Absolutely. Number 8 and number 7 in our FNR top 10. Two of the best in AAA in all of District 2 and in the state. Bullock gets a block. Great big hit put on by Rusin after a gain of about 3.
Nice job in there with the offensive line. They pull the backside guard in there, get that extra blocker in their overlap. And again, number 27 is a big guy, Russin. Oh, boy, he really is.
That kid's got a full-growth beard.
I've noticed that on both sides. A little jealous being follically challenged up here. But, you know, watching these kids and how big they are, how mature they are acting, it's amazing.
So Spataro back into the shotgun. He'll keep it. Wyoming area sees that. Minimal gain brings up 3rd down for the Chiefs.
Number 5, Aaron Crosley, linebacker for the Warriors, comes in, and again, he's the one that shut this play down, forces them back inside, and again, there they go. There was nothing there. A lot of white shirts coming up to make sure minimum gain.
Lakeland seeing if they can run the ball. They have some positive yardage through the air. They haven't thrown it yet, but on 3rd down, I expect them to go back to the air attack. Wyoming area does too. Looks like they're going to put on a big rush. 5 guys. Quick out, has his receiver, has a figure law 1st down on the outside to Snyder. He's in Warrior territory down to the 41.
Again, they're just doing what they have to do to get the 1st down. They're not trying to go for a home run ball. Spataro does a nice job checking off, and Snyder, more importantly, got that 1st down. He ran his route, stopped outside the sticks to keep this drive alive.
Well, this defense for Wyoming area, of course, is when you're facing Southern Columbia, they run the ball. They ran for 298 yards. That was their high on the year. They limited Hazleton area to 58 on the ground and 19 through the air for Nanticoke. So that's the lows for this defense. Another quick out. And this one to the outside to Siemens. He makes the catch.
And you'll see right here, just a quick hitter, bang. And Bob, to piggyback off what you were just saying about Wyoming area's defense, they haven't seen a team execute passing like this team has. So they're going to have some struggles in there. They're giving them up the shorts, and I have a feeling, and we know Coach Borchik will end up then reeling that in. Give him the short, and then he's going to try for that home run ball.
Bullock with a gap. Shoots through, has a figure law 1st down and more up near the 20-yard line. Gain of almost 13 yards.
Right here, they just go with that outside zone. Again, nice job extending. The receivers are doing their jobs, being physical on the outside with the cornerbacks, and then even hitting that inside linebacker that forms that seam that allows him to get in there and run.
So Coach P setting in the play, eating up the clock for this Chief team, trying to get back the lead. They had led early on after their first possession of the game, 7-0. Spataro looking left, looking. Now he goes to the end zone. Snyder almost tried to make a one-handed catch. Good defense by Harrells back there. Well covered.
Nice job, and actually a nice ball. Great design play here. I'd like to see Nico start to look off a little bit. He's starting to telegraph where he's going. And as the secondary, as this game progresses, they're going to be watching his eyes and making it a little bit easier for themselves.
So Wyoming area brings in, looks like a nickel package on 2nd and long. Out to Siemens. Picks up a block, falls forward inside the Allied Services red zone, just short of a 1st down.
Coach Borchik said to me that he loves John Siemens, a junior. He runs a 10.9-100, and you saw how he turned back inside, going towards the white jerseys, and he was still able to get that almost 1st down in there. 3rd and 1, very manageable.
16 catches on the year for 280 yards and 4 touchdowns, and yeah, he'll compete with London Montgomery this year for the 100 and 200-yard dash during the track season. He's that fast.
And Lakeland's having a all-surface track put in, not as we speak, but they were doing it
pretty
today.
soon, yeah. Quarterback keep, picks up a block. Anzari drives him out at the 5. So figure law 1st down, 1st and goal, Lakeland.
Well, we said Nico Spataro, he can run the ball just with the best of them, and you see that. But he's so effective because that offensive line is doing their job, but more importantly, those receivers are actually so physical out there, they're taking the fight to the defensive backs.
It's an offensive line that lost 4 starters from a district champ team last year. and one of their best players is out. What a job they're doing up front for the Chiefs. Harrell shoots in, makes the tackle, loss of 1 for the QB.
Harris and Joe Maranka do a nice job up there on defense, flowing with it, fighting off the blockers, and then making the tackle.
Maranka came in with 25 tackles for a loss. I'll have to check my numbers on that. But
well, this
So,
is one of the
second and
keys to the
goal.
game that Coach Pawarchik wants to do, is he wants to control the time of possession.
over the middle, are they going to say it's a catch by Dupree? They do. I think he caught that falling to the ground
With one hand.
with
We've
one
seen
hand.
two. Here, you'll see on this replay. Great fake in there. Nico, nice job. Just drops back, throws. Look at that. Tips it back in. Okay, it was a one-hand tip, and it was two hands. Nice job. Good concentration.
Go back to Maranka, 2.5 tackles for a loss.
That's
Bad
still.
typing on my part. That was it seemed like a lot. 3rd and goal for the Chiefs. Spatero to Dupree. It's a U.S. Army touchdown for the Chiefs. They regain back the lead.
Harris was on him. Great coverage. He was right there with him step by step. And again, Nico Spatero is under pressure, and he just does a nice job with that quick release, and then for a touchdown. Nice job. Congratulations to Lakota Dupree.
We mentioned the keys to the game, and one Coach P wanted was to control the clock, right?
He
How
did.
about 11 plays, 59 yards. A majority of the time off the clock, 4:22 left in the half. The extra point is up and through by Zanowski, and we'll take a timeout. It's the Chiefs over the Warriors, 14-7. A lot of pink in the stands tonight for breast cancer awareness here at Lakeland Stadium. The Chiefs leading Wyoming area now 14-7. A kickoff by Janowski. Morgan was a little shallow. It's at the one. They have to pick it up. They take it. Has room on the outside.
Ooh.
Big hit out there, and flags flying all over the place. Right into the Wyoming area bench. Let's see what this one is, but it was a big collision.
And the field is playing into their hands. It dropped at the one. He had to pick this up and run. Let's see what happens here.
Snyder up high or out of bounds?
I think it looked like he was trying to do a cross body block. He just threw his body up into his chest.
It's going to go against the Chiefs, so add on to that. Morgan's lucky. He picked it up with the one, but he found a seam on the outside.
And he got 29 yards to get it 30, which was good field position. Now let's tack on.
It's that time.
What time is it, Bob?
It is smile cam time. Here's Hannah.
Yes, so if anybody out there is looking for a dentist, Dr. Todd is on Music Road right in Old Forge. And to show off their Dr. Todd smiles, I have the Lakeland cheerleaders and student section. Guys, let's see those smiles.
I see a lot of pink and smiles in there.
And there's not a lot of room on the Lakeland side. We have
Nope.
it looks like a sold-out crowd.
Homecoming, a Hall of Fame ceremony at halftime as well for Lakeland Athletics. First drop back pass for Harrelson of the night. Throws it to, tries to get out to Alanzari, a little high, but a nice pass nonetheless.
Well, they go with the play action in here. They run that ISO towards our screen, coming at us to the left. And again, a little bit of pressure, gets a hand up, and Harris gets the ball out, overthrown to Usama Alasari. I mean, it's a timing thing, it's a practice thing, and Coach Spencer's not afraid. He's going to say, look, we can still try to do this, because they know that their big offensive line can start moving them around to try to get this back to a more manageable game.
Back to the air. Here comes the rush. And it's a sack, and Harrells gets up gingerly now too as well.
Adam Wormuth does a nice job out there from his defensive tackle position, pushing in, and he kept everything from his outside left arm, left leg free, and you'll see that up there. He gets a good push, he swims to the outside, and he just wraps him up for that tackle. A nice sack.
Junior's first sack on the year brings up 4th down and should bring on the punt team. So the Chiefs hold. Rusin in for his second punt of the night. And I think Wyoming area, has to call timeout. We're missing a player on the punt. So a lot changed when Sokach Minnick got hurt on defense, and that's the risk you take when you have your starting quarterback as your outside linebacker defensive end. And now things have changed. So we talked about the 3A, and this is what it looks like going into tonight. Lakeland is right there. Again, preps the peanut butter. I keep calling it in between the sandwich. And, all 3 teams probably will move on to the playoffs. I think the biggest surprise might be Mid-Valley. We'll see them at the end of the year.
We will. And, again, we weren't sure. And when we spoke to Coach at the
Media
event,
Day?
Yeah, Media Day. Thank you, Bob. I was like, what is it called?
Media Day.
Media Day. He was very excited, but we weren't sure. But the proof's in the pudding. 4-1 right now. Wyoming area, we're seeing right now, they are really banged up, literally. I mean, we knew they lost 2 starters before the game. To lose your quarterback and the starting defensive end. And, Bob, you were saying earlier about plays in there. You have to have your 11 best on the field, and he is a great athlete.
Rusin gets another strong kick. This one will take a bounce and go out of bounds at the 23. Back to the standings. I mean, you look at the schedules, how they are forecasted. In Wyoming area, their next 4 games are against teams that are combined 6-12 overall.
And that's what we talked earlier about.
Yeah.
Lakeland's teams
Is
are a little
10-9.
bit harder.
And Prep has, if you count West tomorrow night, they're 9-13, so another losing record. So if you look at it, the easiest path is probably Prep and then Wyoming area. Lakeland is going to be challenged in the next couple of games.
Oh, they will. And we saw what happens when we get out of district sometimes. They are mismatched. And right now, Wyoming, who beat Lakeland here last year in the district playoffs, they are taking care of Southern Columbia at the moment. But we saw Southern Columbia against Wyoming area come back and beat them 1 minute to go in the game.
If Southern was to win, they would have the longest winning streak in the state. Spataro deep, just out of the reach of Kevin Snyder.
Well, I was telling you guys about this short pass, and look at this. They go downtown for the home run on this one. Beautiful ball, just a little bit overthrown. Good coverage, but again, you see the blue jerseys behind the white jerseys. That's not a good sign if you're playing or if you're a defensive back coach.
Yeah, they'll come back to that a little later on if they have to. Nice pass down there for Spataro. So 3 wides now to the right-hand side of the quarterback. And they only have 2 on the coverage. They're going to set up a middle screen to Bullock. But great job by Wyoming area sniffing that out.
Number 36, Joe Maranka.
Maranka makes the stop. Only a gain of about 4.
Again, one of the hardest things is if you're a defensive lineman, they're not blocking you. You think you're going to get a sack, and that's a heads-up play by Maranka. Stop, retrace your steps. He found the running back, and he drug him down for a short gain.
Wyoming area needs a stop here. Down by 7 late here in the first half. They've punted the ball in their last 2 possessions, and last time out of the half, is going to be called by Coach P on this 3rd down. So the Warriors still in this by a long shot. They need to make a stop and maybe get the ball back, get back to that running game that was so forceful in their first possession.
And if they were able to stop, if they're able to stop the Chiefs right now, they have a minute 40 some to go before half. And if they get inside field goal range, I think that they'll be able to get maybe one in there. And like you were saying, to be able to come back out to start the half and get that in there. Jaden Russin is the field goal kicker. He's 2 for 2. His longest is 30 yards this year. So, I mean, that's a possibility. And Wyoming area, I believe, only has one timeout left for the half also at this point. The Chiefs just exhausted all of theirs.
Here comes the blitz. Bringing on 5. They're going to go up. Siemens has him beat. He had it on his fingertips and let it go. He had beat Harrells down the field with the speed he has, and it just falls incomplete.
And you'll see this. This is a great play, great call. And I thought I saw a hand come up on a jersey, but the official didn't see it. And again, that's football. It happens. But again, that speed that Siemens has, Coach Pawarchuk really, really endorses. He said he's part of that 4x1, 100-yard kid. That's what they're going to lean on.
So first punt of the night for Dupree. He averages 32 per kick. Pisano back. See if they can make something happen on special teams. And Harrells almost leaped over his guy. It's 4th down and 6, so the 5 yards will leave Lakeland just short.
Still.
Our referee, Greg Davis, tonight. Punt team stays out for the Chiefs. Looks like Harrell's now back deep with Pisano. And here comes one of those tricky plays. Student body left. Siemens comes in motion. And they're going to run the fake, and it's picked off. Marenka picks it off, and he's still on his feet. So Coach P went for the trickery, and Wyoming area is in business inside the Allied Services red zone with 1:39 left in the half.
Well, they come out with that muddle huddle, and it was a great call. Again, Marenka, great vision in there. He saw it, picks it off, and look how tough he is running in here. Ball security, and I said earlier, they might have field goal. Now I think Coach Spencer's going, no, we got to tack this one in.
What a break for Wyoming area. Not sure on the call when you're leaving 14-7. But Wyoming area is in business. The freshman quarterback, Lifkowski, is going to take the snap. He gives it to Harrells. He's up for almost 6. Near the 11. Time is still ticking.
Again, they come with the speed sweep look in there. And again, 27, Russin is in there as a fullback trying to lead block in there. And Harris does a nice job getting a few yards in there to make it 2nd and 4.
So Damian Lifkowski is going to, he took the snap on the last one. Harrell's back now into the shotgun. Looking for a block from Russin. Still on his feet. He goes through. Let's see, right at the line to gain. It will be a figure law 1st down. Clock stops momentarily. Ball at the 6.
On that big Ryan Gilpin, he was the pulling guard on that to help lead block. You'll see him in the right there. Russin, he got up inside looking for the 2nd level. And again, key 1st down.
Into the power eye they go. The freshman quarterback takes the snap. Gives it to Harrells. He falls forward to the 5. And a timeout call by the Warriors. Here's the big play of the half for Wyoming area.
He had him, except that he threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Marenka does a nice job stepping in. I like Coach Porchik's thinking on this. He's been gambling all season. The kids have the confidence. They love what's going on up here, and they're willing to take risks because they know that they can come back and score quickly if they need to.
The assistant coaches talking to
I believe that's
the offense.
Coach Spencer's last time out. I'm looking at the scoreboard. They don't have it lit up.
I thought it was only his second. I thought he had one left. I know Lakeland's out. So from the 5.
They may be going no huddle, two down situation.
Well, if you run the ball, you have a timeout left. You have to use it. You're going to have to. If you throw the ball, it goes incomplete. That will stop the clock. Rusin can kick a field goal. He has a strong leg. Freshman quarterback takes the snap. He's going to throw it. He has Harros, and he overthrows him. Oh, he had Rusin, excuse me. That was Rusin or Harros back there, and he was open.
They go with that power pass.
It's
to
Rusin.
The right.
Yep, he had Rusin there, number 27. Looked like a 2 to me.
It did. It was. I think you're correct. Harris was out there. He snuck out there to get that long ball, and Rusin was at the mid-range pattern.
Well, 3rd down.
Well, Bob, just like you said, go for the pass. Clock incomplete, stops.
They want more time on the clock. Maybe 41.
He's saying 41. You're right.
They want 41.
Yep, it's on there. Yep, 41.
41 seconds. They put time back on the clock. It will roll on the play since it was an incomplete pass. Wyoming area wants to cut into this lead. They do get the second half kick. They've deferred the coin flip. So Levkowski came in 1 for 4 on the year. Just a freshman, I said. His only pass right there went incomplete. Now he'll line up in the shotgun, it looks like. Crosley next to him.
Well, having that up back next to you like Crosley is a nice feeling in there.
Oh, my question would be, where's 22?
That's where you got to worry about because we know how quick he is. He's lined up in that slot position right now.
So now the referee explaining something to Randy Spencer. And it looks like they're going to bring some more personnel and try to kick a field goal. I saw Rusin come out. Maybe it's just a change of play. Yep, Levkowski's still in there. They go to the power I. Maybe they're trying to figure out timeouts. As you said, we think they're out of timeouts here at the end of the first half. They went back down to 35 seconds. So,
well, the back judge is the one that actually keeps the official time out there. When they actually punted before, it was 149, and when Wyoming area got the ball, it started at 149.
Harrell's behind the offensive line. It's a U.S. Army touchdown for Wyoming area.
Well, they relied on that big offensive line to move these guys for 1 yard, and they allowed Harrows to get in there, and you saw him reach at the end. Look at that. Great drive block, second level. Rusin in there doing a nice job chipping that linebacker. Harrows gets in there. He's getting drugged down, but he extended that ball out for the touchdown.
So they convert the turnover into points. It was a short field, 17-yard drive in 5 plays. Rusin for the extra point to tie this one up, possibly going into the half. Good snap, good kick. Oh, it goes wide right, And the Chiefs will still own a 1-point lead.
Bob, I'm not sure if Pisano is the regular holder. I don't know if Blaise Sokachminick is.
No, he'd be the snapper.
Oh, that's right. He is. That's right.
He's going to Penn State to snap the ball. I don't think he's going to hold it.
Penn State? Well, I heard of that school.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard of them. So coming up at a Toyota halftime report as we look at this touchdown one more time.
Right in there. Look at how that hole opened up. They did a tremendous job. And again, you saw the secondary and the outside linebacker from the Chiefs come up, make contact, but he just extended that ball into the end zone.
280, 275 on that left side. Get out of the way, boys. Here we come. So as I was saying, coming up at the Toyota halftime report, we'll check in on our Fox 56 News first at 10, see what's coming up on the Fox 56 News. Hannah O'Reilly will talk to our friends from Allied Services. We'll have an interview with the athletic director from Keystone College. And then Jan and I will be back up in the booth. It's an extended halftime due to the Hall of Fame ceremony on the field here at Lakeland. So stay tuned. It's going to be a great second half. Not a lot of possessions in this game, and you have to do something when you have the ball.
And that was Coach Poarchik really wanted to try to control that time of possession. And we saw they only needed 1:10 seconds, Wyoming area did, to punch that ball in.
Deep kick. Goes through the hands of Siemens. He picks it up. Here comes a lot of white jerseys. But he has speed, and he's taken down, wrestled down, right past the 16-yard line. 23 seconds left in the half. Russin took him down. Crosley coming up holding his wrist.
It just squeezed right between his hands, and he's trying to come in here. And right there, number 5, doing his job on special teams for the Warriors, brings them down. Aaron Crossley.
No timeouts left for Lakeland, though. Let's see if they want to just throw one up. I mean, Siemens beat his guy last time.
And they put the trips, interesting, to the short side of the field.
Yeah, well, 2 guys over there. And safety deep is Bazzano. Crossing pattern. Get it out. Almost intercepted again. Great defense out there by Ciantra.
Boy, number 18 did it. Ciantra does a nice job breaking in on that, trying to get in. You'll see, again, Nico, nice job. They gave him time. Nice ball, but watch how he broke onto the inside and tipped that ball down.
So still some time on the clock.
They're going to just take a knee to get out of the half right now.
And they do, and that's the way the halftime will end. Lakeland holds a 1-point lead in this FNR top 10 matchup. And both teams have done what they wanted to do. Wyoming area run the ball and Lakeland throw the ball. That's where we stand. A missed extra point, the difference so far. Our score at the half, 14-13. Our Toyota halftime report is on the way.
You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals, presented by Dixon City Hyundai and Performance Kia.
Welcome back. I'm joined by Tracy Hunt. She's the Assistant Vice President of In-Home Services here at Allied. Tracy, thank you so much for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Now, walk me through what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Sure. What we do here at In-Home Services is we help individuals maintain their independence at home. We help them with activities of daily living. We provide care to people that would otherwise be in a nursing home. So they choose to get their long-term care services at home, where most people would rather be. We help them with bathing, grooming, dressing, meal preparation, some errands, light housekeeping, those types of activities.
And what would you say is the most rewarding part about working in In-Home Services?
The most rewarding part for me is just to see how happy the individual is, the person, to be at home, to get their services at home, to stay in the home that they've lived in, their whole entire life. They don't need to go to, to have institutional care as long as we're able to, keep them safe at home.
And now Allied Services sounds like a great place to work. What would you say is the best part about it?
Working as a direct care worker, there's a lot of flexibility. You could pick the days, the times, when you want to work. You could be full-time, part-time. We provide services in 23 counties here in the Commonwealth, so we have a variety of positions available. We're flexible. We currently have a higher starting rate and a sign-on bonus of $1,500.
Well, Tracy, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And if you would like to join the Allied Services team, you can head to alliedservices.org/careers. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. I am joined by Ryan Nowitzki. He is the athletic director at Keystone College. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Now tell us, what makes Keystone College so great?
Keystone College it's a very small-knit community. A lot of small classes, small ratio of professors and students in the classroom, and we provide 18 sports on campus as well.
Now, if somebody wanted to be a student athlete, would Keystone College be the right place to do that?
It'd be a great spot for anybody who wants to compete at the Division III level. We offer 7 sports in the fall, 3 in the winter, and 5 in the spring. So any level, any kind of competition you want to, it's a great spot to be in. Our coaches are first class, and we have some new programs as well. So it's a very exciting time to be a Giant.
Now, speaking of sports, it's the first year that you guys have a football team. Can you talk to us about how that season's going?
Sure, yeah. We kicked off our first inaugural football season since in 74 years. Our first home game was against Misericordia a few weeks ago on September 11th, and we actually have a home game tomorrow at noon. It's our ECFC opener against Anna Maria.
Okay, well now, Ryan, before I let you go, is there anything new happening at Keystone College that our viewers should know about?
Sure, yeah. We have 5 new majors. They're all kind of market-driven. E-gaming's one of them. So if there's any video game players, they can come to Keystone and major in that. A lot of new construction sites going on campus, too, just trying to grow with the times.
Okay, great. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you guys the best of luck.
Thank you so much.
I'm Bill Conaboy. I'm President and CEO of Allied Services Integrated Healthcare System, and we're very pleased for the 3rd year in a row to be a sponsor of Friday Night Rivals. Particularly during these struggles and these difficult times, our thousands of employees believe it's so important to this community to bring Friday night football to families throughout Northeast and Central Pennsylvania. So we look forward to another great season, and again, we're very pleased to be a sponsor of Friday Night Rivals.
On behalf of Allied Services, we'd like to present the Lakeland Area School District a check for $250. Brian Wagner, the athletic director, and some of the ball boys accepting today's check. Thank you to Allied Services for sponsoring Friday Night Rivals. We bring it back into the booth. Bob and Jan enjoying probably our best half of football we've seen this year on Friday Night Rivals.
Exciting.
And what we expected. 1 extra point is the difference. Very entertaining first half.
What a great half. We saw on defense, the starting quarterback for Wyoming area go down, and they banged away, and they got 13 points to stay, keep in this game, and keep it very close.
Just 3 punts in that first half, 2 from Wyoming area, and one they tried for Lakeland. It was intercepted. That's a big play for Wyoming area going into the half because they get the ball to begin the third quarter.
Lakeland was up 14-7, and they tried some trickery in there, and to their disadvantage then, the Warriors then punched it in to make it 14-13.
So Wyoming area has run 21 plays for just 78 yards. One was a drive and then that short drive to end the first half. Lakeland, meanwhile, has run 33 plays for 173 yards. So Lakeland wanted to control the clock and control the play, and they are for the most part.
They are, and again, the only thing that hurt them was that turnover on the fake punt.
Absolutely. So let's take a look at some first half highlights. And as I mentioned, Lakeland scored on their opening drives. Spataro, so far tonight, 12 of 15, 119 yards.
What a great one-handed catch
of the
in
year.
there.
Yeah. Mancuso with the catch.
And right here we go with the quarterback. Look at how that opened up for him. Again, punching it in. in there to make that 7-0, and Wyoming area answers right back. And again, we see our other spotlight player, Leo Harris, doing what he's got to do to help his team get in there. Hands off, and again, right there we see Ciandra punching in for a stand-up touchdown.
That completes the 60-yard drive, but then Spataro goes back to the air. And
Look how much time he had there, Bob. I mean, wow. And again, the receivers come back. A key first down right here.
To Snyder, inside Warrior territory.
And we go right back to work. A lot of time. And right here, that was Lakota Dupree doing a nice job tipping the ball, keeping off the ground.
Let's go right back to the tight end for the second touchdown of the night. And this is the big play, the fake punt. Maranka there.
Joe Maranka, great job reading that, and he does a nice job ball security, and he gets the Warriors in great field position. And we go right back in. There's our Toyota player of the game right there, punching it in.
Harrell's with
Leo Harris.
58 yards rushing, couple TDs, and that's where we stand. It's number 7 over number 8. Second half on the way here on My TV. We're back here on My TV for Friday Night Rivals. Nice crowd on hand from both sides of the field. Breast Cancer Awareness Night for the Lakeland Chiefs. Top 10 in action tonight. Let's look at our FNR top 10 this week, Coach. We brought in North Pocono and Pottsville. We were very impressed with the Trojans, and Pottsville with a nice winning streak. Jersey Shore is winning tonight. Prep takes on West Scranton tomorrow. Old Forge is actually going to play a game tonight.
They did, and they are taking care of business. 41-0 at halftime against Hanover.
And North Schuylkill, a tough game tonight with Northern Lehigh. They're winning that. Valley View's beating Crestwood. Southern Columbia losing by 10 to Wyoming. That long winning streak on the line. There's our FNR top 10. You can see this every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock on Fox 56 News first at 10. We'll have to see who goes in and who comes out this week.
Again, it's just what a great top 10 that we have picked in there. All the regions are being represented in there. We have the Cole region. We have the Lackawanna and Wyoming Valley obviously in there. I mean, Scranton Prep smack dab in the middle there, and I'm sure they're going to be saying, how come we're not moving up? But we'll see.
Yeah,
Coach Gallagher, maybe he won't talk to us. I'm not sure.
We will see. Prep has West Scranton tomorrow night, as I mentioned. And the Hall of Fame still taking place on the field. That's Lakota Dupree. His brother is CJ, will be going into the Hall of Fame. 3 members that I counted from last year's District 2 AAA champion will be inducted into the Chiefs Hall of Fame. CJ, of course, with Maryland right now. It cannot make the trip home, so there's his mom and brother doing the honors. Lakota already has a touchdown for him. And Lakota's getting some Division I looks as well.
Well, it's not hard because the apple didn't fall too far from the tree. He's making his own in here. He's setting his own mark, getting ready to get himself in a Division I scholarship.
So we're still waiting for...
All right, so as we're looking, I mean, they're just giving all of CJ's right now. They're just giving him all the accolades that young man earned. And again, it's kind of tough, not really, when your older brother was that good. But Lakota Dupree, as you can see on your screen, he knows what his time's coming, and his time is now.
So we're still waiting, both teams, as you might expect. And before we put the 3 minutes on the clock, and I watched Blaise Sokachminik walk off gingerly before. So the good news is he's walking off. So don't know what the injury is and how long he will be out. That's the quarterback for Wyoming area. But he will not be back in this game, it does not look like. So they've gone to Harros at quarterback. They've also brought the freshman in to run a couple plays. And that has definitely probably impacted the game plan Wyoming area had coming in.
It does, and it limits your play call, especially when you had something maybe specially designed for the way Lakeland's defense has been running or their offense. And right now, this is the chilliest night of the year that we have had, and these teams need to get out here and warm up, and they need to make sure that they are ready to go at 100%. as we're calling out the last member of the Hall of Fame here up at Lakeland. The officials are starting to come back, so that's a good sign. That means the teams aren't too far behind.
So as the ceremonies take place, we're waiting both teams. We'll take a quick timeout, and hopefully we come back. We'll be ready for the second half of football here on Friday Night Rivals. Back to a chilly Chapman Lake, but no snow in the air, clear skies. I've been up here in October and it snowed, so October is tomorrow, correct?
No, it's today.
Oh, it's today?
Today's October 1st.
I'm way off. And Halloween is
30.
coming up.
Yes, we
you
are.
have your costume ready?
I think I have a good one this year.
Yeah, I bet you do. It's probably me. You're going to go as me, right?
You know what? People might ask me for my autograph then.
No, not me. Let's take a look at our schedule coming up as we wait both teams. Next 2 weeks, Coach, we'll be back in the Wyoming Valley Conference. Berwick and Valley West still battling it out for the conference division championships down there in the Wyoming Valley.
And Berwick's leading Tunkhannock right now, 21-10.
Valley West has Wilkes-Barre tomorrow. That was our original game, but they moved the game to Saturday at 4, so we're happy we took this game. Crestwood's struggling this year. We don't know why. We're going to talk to
Coach Arcangeli.
Dallas, maybe one of the surprises.
And they're beating Williamsport now, 27-14.
So, big points there for both teams wanting to get into the 4A playoffs. Then we'll be back in the Lackawanna Football Conference. We talked about Mid-Valley. Lackawanna Trail right now in first place in District 2 AA. And then the much-anticipated matchup, top 10, state, you name it, Prep, Valley View. That'll be our last game right before Halloween, before we head into the playoffs. So that's what we'll have coming up here on my TV. Of course, that all means that nothing will be canceled, nothing gets moved, COVID doesn't get in the way.
Well, I just see that they said COVID cases are really on the decline now, and that includes the other variants that are out there, and people are really doing a great job in terms of masking up and keeping the social distancing clean. So, again, we're trying to get back to normal, and speaking of, here we go for a second half of great football on Friday Night Rivals.
Keys to the game for the second half. First Wyoming area because they'll get the ball first.
Well, the defense of Lakeland right now has been playing very physical, very good football, flying to it. So what they're going to have to do defensively is just try to now maintain the pressure on Harris, and I would key him because he's been the key to the Warriors' success. And the Warriors now, they're still got to contend with the crazy offensive formations that Lakeland comes out with. And I'm wondering if Coach Powarchek now is going to come out with the no huddle, because that's really going to put them on their heels, especially with the short passes that they're doing. And he's probably, like we saw, he's set up for the home run ball.
You know what fall means? It means hockey on my TV, WQMY.
Hockey.
Wilkes-Barre and Scranton Penguins start practice tomorrow.
Well, that's good because the weather is apropos.
It's perfect. It is apropos. And you can watch right here on my TV, WQMY.
We'll see a
bunch of Penguins
right?
games. First one coming up October 16th. And one of the guys who works for the Penguins is a big Wyoming area fan. He's on the edge of his seat, and that's our friend Rob Belza.
Oh, Belza, he is Mr. Wyoming area. He's Mr. Warrior.
Everything. And I know he's got everything laid out, popcorn, chips, beverages, and everything. Watching this game and wishing Wyoming area made that extra point.
Oh, you know he has, but the only thing, we didn't get an invitation, though.
Well, we're here. We can't go. But maybe we'll get invited to a Penguins game.
Well, that would be awesome.
You could put the first puck down.
Well, the thing is, I'm a Flyers fan, so that's...
Oh, I am too, so... Okay.
So you enjoy my misery.
Yes,
okay.
Well, yeah. Somehow we both are in misery this week after the Eagles lost to a Cowboys team. I know, that was tough.
Well, when you have a great running back and you only use them twice in one game, that's tough. And I don't want to hear that they were behind. Sometimes you just got to, let's establish things. And, Bob, you always ask me when the last 4 weeks, when a team is down, what do you have to do? Just get a first down.
Yep.
And that leads to the next first down. And eventually you get into the end zone, and that's how that momentum builds and the confidence builds. Even in the pros, it happens. So
on the field here you see Damian Lipkowski
He's the freshman, 5'7", 125, listed in 9th grade. That's a freshman. Taking snaps. He did see some action late. And that maybe changes things for the offense because Harrell's taking snaps is a little bit different than him getting the ball from that I formation.
And Lefkowski, he understands the offense. If he's really the freshman backup quarterback, he knows their offense. So that's going to give them some flexibility. They'll probably try to get him out there in play action to get some passing in. I would probably wouldn't be surprised if we see some screens and some swing passes. They're low risk and high confidence passes for him. Coach Boracek right now just pacing the sidelines, trying to get his team ready to go and understand that they control their destiny right now.
Well, we're watching two of the best teams over the last 5 seasons. Lakeland 39-13 over the last 5. Randy Spencer and his Wyoming area team 48-16 with a state championship.
In 5 seasons. Wow. I mean, that's 3 losses. That's tremendous for the Warriors. Like I said earlier, what a testament to Coach Spencer and his staff.
Okay, we have this one teed up. We are ready to go. A long halftime. Thanks for staying with us. This is going to be an entertaining second half, I guarantee you. Geronimo, the senior kicker, tees it up. 3 guys back to receive for Wyoming area around the 15-yard line. And looks like the second half, this FNR top 10 matchup is about to get underway. Finally, little squib kick up the middle. Pisano juggles, backs up to the 15. He has speed. Can he get to the outside? A little bit, up to just past the 15. Ran a long way for 3 yards, and that will bring out the offense now for Wyoming area. And we'll keep an eye on who takes the snaps with Blaze Sokach-Minnick out of this game.
And we saw Harris on that kickoff return. He actually had a nice key block there trying to get him to turn the edge. But again, there were just too many blue jerseys in there for anything to happen.
Really no passing game to speak of for Wyoming area with the quarterback out. It will be the freshman who takes the snap underneath center. Harrells will dot the I with Crosley is leading back. They go to the pitch and a lot of blue jerseys there. Maybe a half yard on the play. Getting up quickly is Luke Smurl, who's been in a lot tonight.
You'll see they go with the quick toss. Number 69, lead blocking. They seal that defensive end to allow Harris to try to get some room in there for a really, really short gain of 1 yard.
Some of the best running plays tonight have been through the guards. So let's see if they go back to the middle of the field. Now Harris will take this snap. With Ciantra now dotting the I. And they'll run a quarterback sneaking right behind their big center. Ethan Spees, 275 pounds, the push right up the middle. It brings up 3rd and short.
The lone junior up here taking control, getting to the second level. The Chiefs right now have 8 men in the box, and they're really compressing everything for the Wyoming areas, forcing them to try to maybe go outside. But I like that call for the quarterback sneak to make it a 3rd and manageable.
Lakeland controlling it, but Crosley has room. Crosley gets to the outside. A flag comes in. Siemens pushes him out inside Chiefs territory, but this one may be coming back. The flag is right at the 38. All the Chiefs are pointing that way.
And you'll see on the replay, Evan Pocus, number 4. Here we go. Let's get the call.
Number 14 on a hold. It's the 38.
So spot of the foul from there.
You'll see that number 4 is coming blitzing in and gets turned inside, and there's no outside help. And right there you saw the hold. He drove him right to the ground, and he had his hands on his jersey grabbing cloth. He shouldn't have had the hands on the jersey, that's all.
So with the 10 yards, it comes back to around the 28, and that should be a Keystone College first down. They're moving the chains, and that's where the holdup is. So despite the penalty, positive yards, they move the chains. Wyoming area keeps the ball. Harrells, a couple yards up, ridden down out there by John Klaus Walton, the junior.
They just go with the quarterback keep. Again, you see the tight end, number 82, Michael Clark. He ends up dropping his outside foot, allowing the defensive end to go to his outside, and that forms a lane, an alley for the quarterback to sneak up in there.
It's a very junior-oriented, talented Lakeland team. Not a lot of seniors on the Chiefs this year.
And all those skill positions are those kids are very fast and athletic.
They are, and Crosley tough running up to about the 35, brings up third down.
Jake Curcio, the outside linebacker, does a nice job wrapping him up here. Again, he cuts to the outside. There's a hit, a missed tackle, and again, Curcio right there bringing him down, keeping it at a 3rd and medium at this point. Harris back at the Q spot.
Got turned around, and Lakeland's right there. Loss on the play.
They were trying to set up, it looked like a quarterback counter right in here. Miscommunication. You saw the right side of their line, 69-57, coming into your screen, into your living room. And again, the quarterback just slipped on that one.
So the punt team on for Wyoming area couldn't do anything on this opening possession of the 3rd quarter. They trail by 1 point, a missed extra point. Ruslin's done a nice job getting his kicks off tonight.
Good snap.
No rush, high kick. Siemens lets it bounce, gets out of the way, and the Warriors will put it down right at the 22, and that's where the Chiefs will have the ball to begin their first possession of this second half.
Driscoll's Home Center is a proud sponsor of the Wyoming Area Warriors. Stop by Driscoll's Home Center today to discover hardware and home goods from your favorite brands. Get insights to your next DIY from our team of home improvement enthusiasts. And don't forget to shop our new 2021 holiday section filled with today's most popular gifts and decorations. Driscoll's Home Center offers more than just hardware, 7 days a week, located conveniently in West Pittston and Old Forge.
So Spataro, a nice first half throwing the ball, also rushing it. He moves up on a quarterback sneak.
Great camera work by John Gumble right there, coming right at you. They just go with that quarterback keep right there in 23. There he is, Bullock looking on. He takes on big Jaden Russin. And again, just by doing that, chipping him just for that split second, Spataro ended up getting a good 5 yards on that.
Well, dual threat. Spataro really leading the way this year with his arm and his legs. Same play left side. And this time, a lot of white jerseys. Loss on the play. Crosley comes up along with Maranka and Harrells in there.
I like Darren Crosley coming in here as his linebacker spot, scraping, flowing, and he saw the window. He gets in there, grabs jersey, and yanks him down for that loss.
And then gives him a stare.
Not on my watch.
Not today. Took him down with one hand, too. So 3rd and long now for the Warriors. 3 wideouts again for Lakeland. On the near side. Time. Spataro flushed. Flag comes in. Might have holding. Lakeland takes him down. Arthur there on the stop along with Speece. And I'm thinking if you're Wyoming area, you might decline this.
Well, you're going to get them forced. And you'll see right here.
No, it might be against Wyoming area in the face mask.
Well, I thought they were going to call block in the back there on Bullock myself, but they threw it right at the man sitting on his backside.
The initial call was against Wyoming area.
Let's see what we can see from the end zone shot.
Oh, right there. They say Ruslan grabbed it.
Yep.
Pretty quick. 5-yard variety now. Third and manageable, I should say, coming up. Call it about 4 after the face mask penalty.
I don't know if Coach Boracek was practicing his golf game. He was swinging away like he had a golf in there, a driver. So I wonder if they're going to try to go downtown.
5 on the clock. Here comes the blitz. All-out blitz. It's in the air, and it's taken out incomplete. Wyoming area was sent to the house.
And they were playing man-to-man coverage, and they had them covered all across all 4 receivers.
Great job by the Warriors after the face mask to get this ball back.
Good one to dial up at that point, and we know that was number 58. Speece was the one that had his hands up in the air. Tremendous job for a defensive lineman.
6-foot junior. Harros and Pisano back for Dupree's punt. We're not faking this one. Nice low line drive. Pisano, he calls for a fair catch late, right at the 40, so good field position for the Warriors to begin this drive. An update on the Southern Columbia game. Wyoming's extended their lead now. 41-21 in the third over the Tigers.
Well, we know last year when we saw Wyoming come up here, and Bob, I think I said to you earlier that they look like a Division III team coming off the bus. I mean, they just kept coming, the size and the strength that team had.
We have a flag down. It's a personal foul going against Wyoming area. I saw Tommy Arthur get up a little gingerly, number 56. 58, excuse me, Luke Smurl getting up. It's 58 who's on the bench. And then we have a personal foul. So this will back up Wyoming area to the 26-yard line.
That's the kind of things that coaches really get frustrated at. And there's no reason for the game to really be that chippy at this point because you're in a dogfight and you don't want to give the opponent any type of edge. And right there, they just backed them up, and Lakeland now feels a little bit more momentum going their way.
Yeah, the 15-yard penalty. The Warriors will begin this one with Harros, with, the freshman Lipkowski underneath center.
Well, they did that last time, and then they went back to Harrow, so I'm wondering if they're trying to establish a pass play with this young man.
Fake the pitch to Pisano. Harros has room. He shoots through a nice gap, and a late flag comes in. Late flag. Let's see what this call is. Personal foul against Wyoming area. Again? That's what it sounded like, it looked like.
That's what he said, and I'm just wondering if it was on number 27. Here we go, we'll see in here. They run with the counter tray in there. Right, maybe, if they called that on 27, I don't know what.
Is that a blindside block? Is that
he was actually, the Lakeland player ran into him, so
I don't know.
That's why they wear the stripes. I'm not sure.
Well, another bad break for Wyoming area. This is going to push the ball back inside the 20. And they keep going to the 14-yard line. Wow.
Well, when you put a freshman quarterback in, I don't think you have any plays for first and 24. So I think Harris is probably going to get the call. They'll go with the toss maybe.
Well, we haven't seen much of Pisano except for maybe one of the first plays of the game. And he has a lot of quickness as well.
He does. He has very good speed.
So they'll give it to Harris. He's going to throw it. He throws it up for grabs. Who has it? Through the hands of Kevin Schneider. That was a high fly ball to center, and he dropped it.
I mean, again, you know what? This is what this game is going to need. It's going to be one of these trick plays that's going to break this game open. I like it. Toss pass, but again, the ball got tipped, actually, as he was trying to extend his arm through. And that...
Snyder looked down while he was catching it. It was like, who has it? Call it. It's a fair catch.
Me,
Yeah.
you.
So a break for Wyoming area there. Freshman quarterback will take this snap. Here is that pitch to Pisano. Can they get him some blocking? Gets the edge. Siemens there. Mancuso shoots in as well. And not much of a gain up to the 24 for Pisano.
Again, they go with the toss at number 69 there. Big Elko coming outside. But again, they're not seeing the blue jerseys, and that's why that play ended up just for a short gain of 7 yards.
Third and 13 now facing the Warriors. Clock moving here in the third quarter. 14-13 was our score at the half. They're going to run a quarterback sneak again with the freshman quarterback. He's up for good yardage, but well short of the first down. That will bring the punt team on for the Warriors.
Well, when you had 30 yards of penalties, that's tough. And again, a freshman quarterback. Now, he's earning his stripes right now by getting in there, run that quarterback sneak, and gaining a good 6 yards to help his team out.
Well, the one thing about the district playoffs, I talked to both coaches, is one, you want to be the first,
yes,
because you get home field advantage throughout. And you want to be second because you get a home game to begin the playoffs, for most of the playoffs, because there's 8 teams in 3A that will make it. The Rusins' high kick is taken on a fair catch by Mancuso. And that ball will be down to begin this drive at the 37.
It's time to go Toyota. Shop Toyota's official website for deals, buyatoyota.com. For special offers on the Toyota that's perfect for you, go reliable, go Toyota, and let's go places.
Well, the Chiefs want to remain undefeated. This is their best start since 2004, 5-0. They want to remain undefeated, keep that top spot in District 2 3A standings. Spataro shoots through a small gap. And the 5A quarterback comes up past the 40 for a gain of 5.
It was brought down by number 62. Again, Wyoming area is playing a 5-2 defense, so they have 7 men really tight on the line of scrimmage. But credit Lakeland, they're being able to pick a spot, and they're able to exploit just that little gap in there. He got 7 yards on that.
Coach P trying to keep that run going, even with the quarterback. And Bullock next to him. Same play. Keystone College first down near midfield for Spataro.
Nothing fancy in there, boys. They're just getting in there, and one of his keys to the game was to control the ball, time of possession, and he's doing that. There's no hurry right there. Watch Bullock in here. He squeezes up in there, helps to seal the outside backer, Maranka there, and then again, Spataro does a nice job stopping, spinning for that extra yardage.
Well, we know he can throw the ball. Against Wallenpaupack, he ran for 149 yards for a touchdown, did Domenico. Play action. He's looking deep. Instead, he's going to go out to Snyder. And Snyder was looking one way. The pass went the other.
And Snyder was open for a split second, but Domenico wasn't quite set up, ready to go. You'll see right here, decent fake. He pumps. You saw 11 come across your screen. And again, just that one, he was sneaking in. The ball went out. And you just see on your screen, he was saying that was my fault. And these kids, they're all juniors. All these skill kids
yep, except
are
Ben
juniors.
Mancuso's a senior. And that's it. Lakeland holding on to that 1-point lead. No scoring here yet in the second half. Spataro through the middle. Crossley drags him down. Or will bring up 3rd and long now for the Chiefs.
They went with that tight bunch right, and they split open on the left, and they did the quarterback keep. Again, look at Russin right in there at the linebacker position. He's seeing it. He's spying them. And again, only a 3-yard gain on that. I think they're trying to isolate Siemens out there against that secondary. Man, I can't see who that is right now. Rocco Pisano is the corner that it seems like he's trying to get to.
Looking left, Patero chase. Here come the white jerseys, and they shove him out of bounds. Nick Elko at 6'4" needed all of that. He dove at Spataro just to get him out. Short of a first down.
Right in there, good job. The pockets collapsed and stepped up, and then he rolls out.
Look out.
Yep.
Don't want to get in his way.
No.
Loss of 1 on the play. So the Warriors do a nice job so far here in the second half on defense. They just need to find something on offense to get themselves going. They'll get the ball back.
This is a great boxing match that's occurring right now. These two teams are duking it out, and they're just waiting for their shot.
Yeah, we had an exciting first 3 rounds. The next 4 have been, let's see how the 12-rounder goes. Good kick by Dupree away from Pisano, but then he's right there. Picks up a block. Has a small wall. No flags down that I can see, and this one's going to come up for the Warriors to start this drive at their 32.
Nice return. That was a nice kick, and the ball was end over end, and it took a perfect Chief bounce, but Pisano did a great job positioning his body, getting a good return. Oh, a little bit of face mask in there. They got away. The Chiefs got away with one. Not a bad one, but when the hand just drags across the face, they can call that's that 5-yarder.
What worked for Wyoming area in the first half that they need to get back to, do you think?
Well, their run game, their big offensive linemen have to start really dominating now. It's getting late in the third quarter, and they've got to start taking control so they can run the ball, and they'll end up using that time of possession to their advantage.
Rusin leading the way for Harros. The puck. Pocius comes in, and Harros is going to lose some yardage. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark it right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, credit Lakeland's defensive line is doing a nice job. They're quick, they're holding their ground, and they're able to peel off and make the plays.
I think Wormuth, 6'4", 285.
Junior. I love seeing the sportsmanship between two teams. You know, they're fighting on the field, but they will help each other up. That's a nice thing to see. That's instilled by both coaching staffs.
Harros looking, going to try to swing it out to Pisano. Takes it off the turf. They call it complete. He's going to be, let's see where they mark it. Going to be close to the line to gain for the first.
What a great effort there by Pisano. That ball's literally an inch off the grass, picks it up. Watch how he switches ball. He switches the ball to his outside arm so that there can't be any strip drill.
Keystone College first down. He outran Siemens, who has great speed. Pisano does too.
Oh, yes, he does. And like I said, this is just a great match. Chess match, boxing match, whatever.
Yep.
They're just going back and forth right now.
Snyder one-on-one with Morgan on this near side. They're going to run up the gut again and shooting through. Nope. Yeah, it is the ball carrier. Harrell shoots through right near midfield. Gain of 8.
I was going to say that's an easy 8, but that was not easy.
I thought that was the lineman coming through, and Harrells is,
He's
dragging.
Getting banged up. He's doing everything he can to help this Warrior team. But look at the offensive line. They pushing people out of the way, created a hole for him to get through, and then that's really physical football on both sides of the ball.
Yes, Patero drags him down. Well, Drew Maruka's out, number 21. He's one of the featured backs, and then you lose Minnick. Ball down on the turf. The fumble's recovered by Lakeland. Bad exchange. And coming up, Luke Smurl recovers the fumble.
Luke Smurl, great job. Defensive lineman's dream right there. You see him come in, he just comes in. Great hit by number 6 to force that ball out, and he falls right on top of it. That's Lakota Dupree.
That is not the quarterback because he turned the wrong way. Rusin maybe doesn't get snaps with him. And this communication breakdown for Wyoming area. And it turns the ball over to Lakeland.
And that's why practice.
Yeah.
And I can't say anything negative when you have to have your quarterback, your quarterback goes out and you got your second stringer in there.
A flag comes in. We're going to have roughing the passer. Spatero got nailed. on the incomplete pass.
Aaron Crossley comes flying in and makes contact. And really, that forced Domenico Spataro to get rid of that ball really fast.
I don't think it was a late hit. It might have been the force he hit him.
We have a personal foul. Defense, number 5, illegal helmet contact.
Helmet to helmet.
Okay.
Yep. So it wasn't a late hit. It wasn't vicious. It was hit the helmet. Oh, he hit him in the helmet with his hands.
He hit him with his
okay.
yeah. He jumped up in his head, and he just came in like kind of with 2 hands, clubbed him in the helmet.
So that will put the ball at Keystone College first down inside Warrior territory at the 34-yard line. No scoring here in the third quarter. Chiefs hanging on to that 1-point lead. Trying to add on to it. Good protection. Has time. Backside almost got him. Intercepted. Harrells picks it off. Smurl comes down and drags him down. But Wyoming area, big, huge break by Harrells. Gets the ball back.
You're going to see pressure, if we get a chance to see the replay, you're going to see pressure coming off of Spataro's left side right there. And that's what forced that ball up. And Harris, great job reading it. And we talked earlier about telegraphing. Again, secondary is starting to key his eyes. And Smurl with a great job lassoing him down.
Spataro's 4th interception of the season. And for Harrells, his 2nd INT. And it gives the Warriors the ball back. Levkowski in there. Harrell's getting a break. Backwards lateral pass to Bizzano. Wyoming area is right there. They sniffed that one out. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
And that ball was almost batted down. Right there, again, the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage. Great pursuit right there. And Bizzano had nowhere to go but out of bounds.
Loss of 2 on the play brings up 2nd down. Harrells remains probably on the sidelines. Give him some oxygen. Crosley and Ciantra are the backs with Levkowski, the QB, and that should do it in the third quarter. Oh, the Warriors and Chiefs.
Great game.
Going back and forth. Quarter number 4 is coming up.
Welcome back to tonight's game. Now, the U.S. Army is here tonight giving information to people who may be interested in joining. And here to tell me more about it is Sergeant Debates. Now, Sergeant, tell us, why did you decide to join the U.S. Army?
I personally decided to join the Army for the college money. I did 2 years of college, ran out of money, talked to an Army recruiter to find out how I could pay for the rest, ended up falling in love with the job, and I've been here for 9 years.
Now, are there any misconceptions about joining the Army?
Oh, absolutely. Some people think that when you join the Army that you're kind of a robot, that you're a soldier 24/7. While that is true, you are a normal person and you do normal people things.
And what would you say is your favorite part about being in the Army?
My favorite part about being in the Army is I've gotten to do a lot of cool things, got to travel to a lot of cool places, and I would like for everyone to learn about the benefits that they can get from that.
Now, any advice you would give to somebody who may be interested?
Absolutely. Just coming in to meet with an Army recruiter doesn't commit you to anything. You just get your information. If you like what you hear, that's great. If not, then you just walk away better informed.
All right, Sergeant, thank you so much for joining us. Now, if anyone's interested, they have a table set up. You can go check it out and get some more information. Bob and Jan, back to you guys.
Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you for your service.
Absolutely.
Thank you to the U.S. Army for being a sponsor. So back to Crosley. He's going to have a Keystone College first down. They're relying on that offensive line, giving Harrells a break.
Well, again, right in here, they're just running a base ISO play, and he comes in there. The fullback does a nice job lead blocking. And again, he's getting tough yardage, and he's got that more important first down to keep this drive alive.
Oh, bad snap. Lukowski
somehow gets the ball. Still on his feet.
Excuse me.
It's a Keystone College first down. What a run. I think that was Crosley. I think there was a face mask
Watch
not
this
called
number
either.
4. He's ready to blow that up, take the handoff. And again, just missed tackles in there. Right in.
Nope, he had his shoulder pads.
Yeah, they can't call horse collar because he grabbed them from the front.
What a run. What an effort by Crosley and the offensive line to get that first down and hold on to possession. So Harrells, I would say after some oxygen and some ice, is back in the game. He'll take this one and he's taken down in the backfield. Shooting in.
Number 58.
Is Luke Smurl from his defensive end.
Luke Smurl's been all over the field for them. Nice job bringing that pressure from the outside. He was trying to strip that ball out, but you saw that, Bob. Last week we saw the strip deal a lot. He secured the running back this time and then was working the arm.
What can Wyoming area do? Their starting quarterback knocked out on the first series on defense of this game. And Wyoming area, what an effort without Sokach Minnick. Just the trail in this game by 1 with an opportunity. Good hole, Harris shoots through. Takes down Siemens. He's going to be short of the line to gains, but 3rd and short on the way.
Watch the surge of this offensive line when they fire off this ball. They are moving the blue jerseys. Harris is then able to pick through the hole he wants to get to, and he got a great 8 yards on that to make it 3rd and 2.
Wyoming area to take on Lake Lehman coming up. They have 3 home games the rest of the season, just 1 on the road against Dunmore.
It's a pretty nice schedule when you have 3 homes to end out your season. That's awesome.
Wyoming area calls a timeout on this 3rd down play. Not much offense for the Warriors here in this second half, but right now, hanging on. As we said, Lake Lehman, Hanover, head to Dunmore, and then that big game with Pittston area.
And Pittston area won this evening 21-0. So congratulations to Coach Barberi and his staff and the team.
You never know what could happen in that game. But a couple of injuries here tonight for the Warriors. We'll see how that plays out for the rest of the season. Should be headed to the playoffs. What seed they get will be determined coming up. You want that home game.
It's always great to have the fans there for that first playoff game, get that atmosphere going, and it really helps juice up the team, home team that way.
Next week, Jan and I going to Kingston.
Kingston.
Sometimes I forget. Berwick and Wyoming Valley West. That was a rivalry for a long time with Coach Curry. Coach Curry went to Valley West for a few years. They went back to Berwick, and it's still a rivalry.
And Berwick, I just got texted by the trainer at Tunkhannock. Berwick won 21-16.
So Berwick
and
making some noise. Harros with the push from the line has the Keystone College first down up past the 40.
Yeah, I just got texted by one of my former assistant coaches laughing about the way I say H2O.
Okay.
I say water.
Well, because you're from the Philadelphia area. It's not water.
It's not water, it's water up here. There you go, Coach Golden. Thank you. And I think that's what Harris had. He was probably drinking Gatorade or pickle juice.
Pickle
right?
juice.
There we go. He's playing
Maybe
such
get
a great
quick
game.
IV. I don't know, too. But Lefkowski will take the snap. Harrells will dot the I. Not much passing here at all. They're just going to rely on the line. This is why. Harrells breaks out, gets a block downfield, has a Keystone College first down to the 25.
He was being escorted by big number 73, 6 foot, 280-pound senior Ryan Gilpin leading him outside. Watch him. You'll see him come into your screen right there, 73. Crushes the defensive end, and Harris does a nice job. And what I like there is, again, there is Pisano out there blocking his man, stalk blocking, staying with him, and he actually got run into by his own man because he was doing his job.
Rusin missed an extra point tonight. Maybe he can get some revenge. He 2 for 2 on field goals this year. He can hit it from 30 yards. Something to keep in the back of your mind if they can't score. Crosley. Spataro takes him down from behind. He's up to the 21.
Right there, Evan Pocus has got to do a better job. He keeps coming hard off the edge, but he's getting missed tackles in there. Right there, you see him. And again, then number 1 comes in and cleans it up for him. That would be Domenico Spataro.
You know, Wyoming area would like to take as much time as they can before they score, because Lakeland has shown that they can pass the ball.
And they're a quick scoring team too, and they're going to come back with that trickery and all the different offensive formations that you may not be used to seeing. Very unconventional stuff.
Headed to the later rounds, Coach, in this middleweight fight. Harrells tries to leap his blocker, but Klaus Walton comes in.
John Klaus Walton does a nice job in that. They run that counter tray again. Here he comes, number 73. Look, tries to leap over, and again, right there, standing his ground, and he makes the play. He takes on the block and drops him for a loss.
Not in field goal range yet, if Russin has only made a 30-yarder. So you're looking in 2-down territory. They put the freshman quarterback into the shotgun. Quick pass to the outside, Pisano off his hands, but Pochis was right there. Siemens was coming in quickly as well. So 4th down now coming up for Randy Spencer's Wyoming area team.
And nice job, Lakota Dupree coming off the edge, gets the arms up in the air. I just couldn't manage that ball. And again, Rocco Pisano is the guy I would go to myself because he's been all over the field for the Warriors tonight.
Well, the play over the center has gained some yardage in the second half. I mean,
yes, he has.
Right up the middle has worked. Gained 6, 7, 8 yards. I don't know if they just go right behind their big line and just play power football. But they like to get a first down. We're nearing the 6:18 mark. We are at 6:18 left in this game. Just 2 on the clock, and they're going to call a timeout. Wyoming area forced to call that timeout after getting a late play in. And we'll stay right here.
Well, I think right now, Coach Spencer was trying, and again, you saw them rushing up to the line of scrimmage. I think they were going to try that quarterback wedge that you were saying, Coach.
Why are you calling me Coach?
You coach lacrosse.
Well, that's not.
Well, you
that's
coach
football. Okay. Oh, okay. We'll go with that. Sure. Wink, wink. We'll have Crestwood in a couple of weeks against Dallas. And Crestwood, I think, lost to Valley View.
They did.
And Dallas beat Williamsport.
I think the score was 27-20, Dallas.
Okay.
And again, we know, I know because I coached actually Coach Arcangeli when I was on Coach Manello's staff at King's College. So I know that they have a very good relationship, and it's always an interesting game.
Dallas won 27-20.
And Dallas now sets themselves up. They gain huge power points, a 4A school beating a 6A school. So that helps them in their playoff picture.
Absolutely. That 4A is going to be tight as well, with Valley View leading the way. So 4th down now on the way, coming up for Wyoming area, trailing by 1 in this game. Neither team has scored here in the second half. Harrell's going to pass it.
Tackle
eligible. Tackle eligible. They brought that out of the playbook, and it is, let's see where they mark it, at Keystone College, 1st down.
And Elko's down, hopefully just a cramp.
Let's look at that, and again, I missed Elko as the eligible.
Well, he's got to come out definitely for a play with the helmet off. They go with that, and again, just a little pop screen pass, and there's some fun. Why not have at it? And again, a key time to pull some trickery out there to make things happen. And it did. It got them the 1st down.
Okay, it's that time. Dr. Todd is ready. Smile cam time. Hannah, hit it.
Yes, Bob and Jan, this is going to be a quick Dr. Todd Smile Cam because I have 3 of the Lakeland ball boys who need to get back to work and make sure this team stays hydrated. Here are the Lakeland ball boys for Dr. Todd Smile Cam. Guys, let's see those pearly whites. Look at that.
Those guys are getting a lot of airtime.
They have tonight.
They got the check.
They did.
And now they're getting more airtime.
And you see they're getting right back to work. All right, the big guy's all right. He's getting up on his own accord.
Thank you, Dr. Todd. So the Smile Cam. So let's talk about that. Huge play for Wyoming area. We're inside the Allied Services red zone around the 12-yard line, so they can get a first down. In field goal range, but Rusin did miss the extra point wide right at the end of the first half. So 6:08 remaining.
Now I want to know if the defensive coordinator for the Chiefs right now will dial up a blitz over Elko's replacement because he's coming cold off the bench right now. He's going to try, but I'm not sure. This will be neat how this plays out.
Harrell's going to the left side. Cuts back inside the 10. Ripped down by Curcio.
Curcio had the nice wrap on him, but then John Klaus Walton comes in and lays it right in here. Watch this, folks. Bam! Brings it in, and again, this is such a physical game. These guys are going to be so sore tomorrow.
Lakeland heads to Western Wayne in a week, and talk about they're a physical team as well. Oh, middle of the season. Late flag, illegal substitution on the Warriors. This will back them up 5. This is where this big game experience is going to come in handy for them. I mean, it was a huge game at Southern Columbia. These guys are used to the playoffs, so they're not going to panic.
No, and both teams have been there.
Yes.
District 4 or district champs right here, Lakeland from last year, state champs from 2019. These guys they know what pressure's like, and they both have responded so well tonight to it. And adversity.
Elko not back in. Here's the reverse to Pisano, but Pochis and Spataro stayed their ground. So this backs the ball up now to 14.
They're playing great assignment football in here, the Chiefs are on defense. Again, go with that speed, and Pisano trying to turn the corner. And again, number 1 is right there, just knocked his legs right out from him.
If the Warriors need a field goal, they're right about the 31. It would be about a 31-yard try from this point. There you see the freshman quarterback inside the Allied Services red zone. Here's the big blitz. He's going to throw to the end zone, throws it up, and it's incomplete. Tried to hit Pisano, reached back over Schneider.
What a play. Look at this. Not a bad ball. He kind of throws like a Kenny Stabler sidearm. And again, the ball was right there and it just bounced up. Schneider actually had his arm in between that. And for all the fans the young fans that don't know, Kenny Stabler was a great quarterback with the Raiders, and he kind of had this sidearm motion, and that's kind of what he reminds me of out there.
So there you see Elko come back in. Okay, Rusin's going to put it down just about what I thought, the 21. So a 31-yard field goal for Wyoming area to take the lead. Good snap. Kick is up, and the kick is long enough. It is good.
And a flag came in.
A flag comes in late. Rusin's on the ground. May be a late hit, but it was up and good. Definitely long enough. What is the flag, and will it get a first
He
down?
already pointed to Lakeland. I think it was roughing the kicker.
I think they say, was it, and is it an automatic first down, or will they be close? Because they may be a yard short. Do you take points off the board, Coach? That's the question, right? 4:06 remaining.
Well, their defense, the Warriors' defense right now has been playing really well.
Well, here's the questions I have. You take the points off the board, right? If you take it off and it's 4th and 1, you go for it. If you get, is that because you're afraid of the Lakeland
Comeback.
Comeback.
Yes.
Is that what you do, Coach? Come
What
on.
would I do?
Coach.
At this point, no. I'd keep the points on the board and rely on relay.
First down.
Automatic first down.
Automatic first down, running into the kicker. What a break for the Warriors. Wyoming area will take the penalty. There's the kick. There's the penalty. Couldn't see who it's on.
Well, that flag came in well after the ball was away.
The ball be at the 7. Harrells drags players inside the 5 to the 3.
This game has lived up to the hype we thought. Power I backfield. They go power left. And number 58, I keep calling his name all night, is Luke Smurl. He's doing a nice job trying to keep this game the way it is, 14-13.
The Wyoming area, believe it or not, started this drive in the third quarter. They've held the ball the entire fourth quarter, and we're at the 3:30 mark. Harrells, big line. U.S. Army touchdown, Wyoming area. Now, do you go for 2 or just kick the extra?
Go for 2.
Coach says go for 2, and they will. They stay on the field.
They go with that power ISO right in there. Harrow's nice job. That young man has really, really worked his backside off to help this Warriors battle back and take the lead.
He's going to need an ice bath after the game. There's the Wyoming area fans who made the trip up here to Chapman Lake for the first ever meeting of regular season between these two perennial powers in District 2. So Lefkowski, the quarterback, will take the snap. I bet Harrells gets it. He does. Gets a block. He dives, and he's going to be just short. So a 5-point lead, 3:25 remaining in this game. And Lakeland will get the ball back. And Lakota and Elko exchanging numbers, it looks like.
There you go with that power eye, that power left. And look at that. Nice job. I want to see who the defensive lineman right there.
I think it was Dupree.
That is. Lakota Dupree created such a pile in there that he tried to jump over, and that allowed the linebacker to stuff him.
Well, Coach, what do you think? An FNR top 10 matchup has lived up to the billing.
Great night tonight for high school football. Two teams battling out for trying to stay number 1 in AAA football. Lackawanna County versus Wyoming Valley Conference. And during the season, I believe the Lackawanna Conference definitely has the edge over the Wyoming Valley Conference. See the replay again. That pile Lakota Dupree caused. And again, number 11, Snyder coming in, making sure he can't cross that line. Well,
Rusin tees this one up.
Strap on the seatbelts, folks. 3:25 left, and they're not going to leave anything on the field tonight. They're going all out.
High kick. Siemens from the 14. The speedster gets to the outside, and he's taken out of bounds by Pisano. But good field position for Lakeland, and the crowd is back into this one. There is a flag down.
We'll see that. Nice job. He creates that by getting to the outside, turning it up. I don't know. I have to see what the flag is. It's against Lakeland.
So this will back the Chiefs up. So 2 mental mistakes have cost Lakeland so far. First on the field goal, which gave Wyoming area
Points.
for automatic first down and a touchdown. And now this backs them up inside the 30, and they have to take it down the field.
and they need a touchdown to win. So Spataro into the shotgun. 5-man rush. They get to him, a flag comes in, 3 flags come in. Spataro's taken down on the sack.
That was Joe Maranka coming in with the pressure.
Looked like Michael Clark as well, maybe. This is going to go against Warriors for a face mask.
Stop.
Wow, well, I thought it was going to be holding because all flags came right in at the offensive line. Look at Maranka. Up, he did grab his face mask. So, again, player safety is number 1.
And it was Clark in there on the sack, but that will go off the board. And this should move the chains. Gonna be spot.
They better get the chains figured out quickly.
It should be. It's an it's a
an
first. Now. It's not automatic.
And they already started the clock.
So they move it up 10. 8 on the play clock.
Coach Boracek and his staff of the Chiefs, they're cool, calm, and collected right now.
Good pass to the outside, taken by Schneider. 2 missed tackles, right to midfield for Keystone College first down.
Snyder's getting up very slowly.
I'm impressed with the pass to the side, how far it is for Spataro.
Look at that, good ball. Look, he adjusted that ball after the snap to get the laces. Again, get out of bounds. I appreciate the effort trying to get that extra yardage, but get out of bounds, stop the clock. And I
think we have another flag. I missed that one. Wow, the referees are starting to take over this game late. A lot of flags. Oh, false start. Missed that flag totally, so this backs up Lakeland 5, and it brings up 1st and 15. 2:33 remaining. 3 timeouts for the Chiefs. Clock will roll. No flags. Out to Mancuso. He goes straight for out of bounds. He picks up good yardage up to the 43-yard line, about a 9-yard gain.
Nice job by our player of the game there. Mancuso getting back involved with the game. We haven't called his name for a while. Great job with ball security, getting out of bounds, stopping the clock, and making it second and very manageable.
Get your hands, the ball into the hands of your seniors. Mancuso was our player of the game, spotlight player of the game, as you mentioned.
And he's also their top receiver this year.
Remember, number 1 is a threat with his legs as well. Here comes the blitz. They pick it up, and here, right on cue. Spataro up from behind for Rusin. Let's see where they mark it. They're going to mark him ahead.
Well,
at the 47, and it's close to the line to gain.
Nice job by the offensive line right now. They're giving him time, but they're smart. They're staying home. They're not going downfield. Again, when the receivers and the quarterback's extending that play, sometimes you get that offensive lineman downfield, and that'll negate any type of pass that is completed.
It was a Keystone College first down. Mancuso is back out there, but what great defense by the Warriors.
Nice job closing down and dropping the hammer on that.
Nico Ciantra, the senior, read that from the beginning.
Again, that was a little bit too slow for that play to set up for the Chiefs right there, and Ciandra does a nice job just coming in and firing the gun. Chief.
So District 2 4A, Valley View has the lead, maybe the overwhelming favorite. I didn't check the North Pocono score.
I didn't see that either.
I didn't see that either. Dallas won, Berwick won, Tunkhannock
3-2, 3-2, 2-4, 2-4.
But as we've said in the past, 8 teams go in. So it's a 3-week playoff.
Well, I don't want to be the number 8 team facing Valley View because Valley View felt last year that their season wasn't up to their expectations, and they've got some things to prove this year.
They absolutely do have a chip on their shoulder. They did not make the playoffs, and they felt they were just as capable of winning it as Crestwood was.
And talking to Coach Hawanis way back in August when they traveled all the way down to Catawissa with Southern Columbia, and he said he wants his team to understand, if you want to be the best, you got to play the best. And they played fairly well against a very good, very healthy at the time Southern Columbia team.
So after the timeout, 1:38 remaining. There you see 2nd and 17. First thing is you need a first down if you're the Chiefs. Here comes the rush. He's had time, he steps up. Botero from behind loses it. And they say it's incomplete. But he was hit hard from behind, and he's slow to get up.
Joe Maranka making things happen there for the Warriors. There's a nice piece of turf stuck in Dominic Spatero's helmet right now. He just got hit. Again, the pocket's there. It collapses. He steps up smartly, looking. He had Lakota. That's who he was trying to get to, but he just gets hit from behind. We'll see it again right here. Steps up. Right there. I think that was actually, the hit actually came from big number 27, Rusin again.
Yeah, he hit hard in the back, too. So 3rd down. Here comes the rush again. Out into the middle. Mancuso between 3 Wyoming area players makes the catch in midfield.
Right at the 50-yard line, midfield, 4th down.
North Pocono will play Abington Heights tomorrow, Coach, just in case you were wondering. So 4th down and 7 for Wyoming area, or excuse me, Lakeland. 1:16 remaining. So penalties have hurt Lakeland here in the last 5 minutes or so on both sides of the ball. We saw Wyoming area come out and run that tackle-eligible play. If you have a trick play in your Coach P, you're bringing it out, right?
Absolutely. At this point, you've got to.
And if you're Wyoming area, you bring in the house?
You're
playing back and
they're going to do what they've done all night. They're going to put pressure on them. And I think they're going to spy one of their linebackers on Spatero, but they're going to drop these guys back a little bit to make sure that they don't get that first down.
Well, his dual threat capability will play half fits on what the call is here for Wyoming area, because he can throw or run the ball.
And that's a tough assignment for, like, if you're a linebacker or a defensive coordinator, trying to game plan for that. Okay, do we take away the run on the quarterback or the pass? But they have some other weapons out there, and we know that with all their skill kids.
He is over 1,900 yards in 2 years as the starting quarterback and 26 touchdowns, but this may be one of the biggest plays of his career. 4th in the game here for Lakeland. Here comes the rush. They pick it up. Steps up. Has a receiver. It's caught. Keystone College first down.
And
caught
he's out
by
of bounds.
Snyder. Ciandra got there late. What a catch.
What a job. You couldn't see it on there. They just did a nice job taking care of the pressure coming from the Warriors defensive line to allow Spataro to throw that strike.
Rusin is coming out of the game, not sure why. The play clock's at 20. Coach P calls the entire team over, lets them go.
Well, why? I thought if it was a timeout, I guess it wasn't.
No, it wasn't a timeout. No?
Maybe he's going to go. He told him
I
to
thought it was
go
out
no
of
huddle.
bounds. Well,
I thought he was too.
Spatero falls on the ground. You almost have to use a timeout now, and you do.
Well, 3 points to set up a field goal won't help you at this point.
Nope. You need a touchdown. Here's this last play.
So you'll see Spataro he starts to get his feet, and again, it's cold. The dew is out on the grass right now and slippery. Again, I think right now Coach Bowarchek is going to say to the guys, hey, let's go no huddle. Here are our 2 plays that we're going to go with, or possibly 3. I know at this time we used to have, we called it chops, curl hitch outpost switch, and we said go 1 through 3, and the quarterback on the third play could end up, he could audible to and call a different number, and the kids knew.
For the Warriors, who lost to Southern Columbia, maybe big way will get this one back. They had momentum coming into this, beating Crestwood last week 27-0.
And they gained the edge last week with a little bit of those power points too at AAA versus a quad A school.
So on 2nd and long, Patero gets the call. No timeouts remaining for the Chiefs. There you see 49 ticks on the clock. 2 safeties are deep.
Yep, cover 2. Tampa
Morgan
cover 2.
Yep, Morgan and Pisano are deep. 5-man rush. Patero gets up. Elko couldn't get him. Now Lakeland has to get up quick. Time is ticking. But it's 3rd down. If you throw the ball on the ground to stop the clock, it's going to be 4th down. Lakeland gets set. Wyoming area's in the prevent. Over to Lakota Dupree, but he's in the middle of the field. He can't get out of bounds. The time is ticking.
And it is close to the 1st down.
Nope, they're going to say it's 4th down. 15 on the clock, not a 1st down. 10 on the clock. It's Patero. Nowhere to go. Time is ticking. To the end zone. It is intercepted with no time on the clock. Wyoming area comes into Lakeland and beats the Chiefs by 5 on a late touchdown in this game. What a battle between 2 of the best in District 2. Their quarterback was out. Harrells was banged up, but somehow and some way the Warriors battle through this one, Coach, and pull out a big win, and both teams now will go to 5-1 on the season. Wow.
What a great game tonight, folks.
What a game for Wyoming area.
Both training staffs are going to be busy. These kids are going to go through a ton of ice. They're probably going to go through their treatments, maybe Whirlpool. These kids played a tremendous game. How physical this game was, you couldn't really tell on TV, but in person, these kids were really beating each other up.
The only score of the second half was that touchdown, and it was only made capable because Lakeland had a running into the kicker. What a night by Leo Harrells. Our spotlight player was just about Mr. Everything for the Warriors.
Well, you got to step up and prove your worth, and he has done that all season. But putting that pressure on a young man, is crazy, and he really stepped up. His offensive line helped him out tremendously. These guys, again, both coaching staffs, there's nothing to be ashamed of here up in Chapman Lake right now. These kids, they gave everything they had to the very last second, and they just came up short, and it's just going to be a great building block for them to keep the momentum going and rebuild it for what they have.
Well, our players of the game, of course, will be Leo Harrells, and Nick Elko. To talk about really, if you want to give it to the offensive line, it's tough. We can't bring everybody in.
Correct.
We're going to bring the senior Nick Elko in. We'll talk to him because the offensive line won this game.
It did for them. Again, not limiting your playbook, and you're going to run. You're leaning on those 5 offensive linemen. And Elko, don't forget, Bob, he had that key first down to lead to that touchdown.
Yeah, they're right. He had the tackle-eligible catch. Maybe his first of his career. And Hannah's going to talk to our FNR, Allied Services, players of the game. Hannah?
Yes, Bob and Jan, I have Leonardo Harros and Nicholas Elko. They are tonight's players of the game. Guys, incredible game. Big win tonight over Lakeland. What worked for your team during the end of this game?
I would have to say definitely our defense. Our defense stepped it up. We got the stops that we needed. And then our offense going into the fourth quarter, we did that big long drive, threw that screen to me, and it worked out, got the first. And then there's a lot of bad penalty calls, I think, but the one worked out on us and we got in the end zone.
Now, talk to us about what was going through your head when you guys turned this night around.
Huh?
Talk to us about what was going through your head when you turned this night around.
I was really excited. This was a big game coming in. This is like a playoff game for us for the 3A district, and just to come out with the W really helps us for the rankings.
Okay, Leonardo, you guys were down by 1 almost the entire game. Were you nervous at all about tonight's outcome?
No, I feel like none of us were nervous, and we all knew that with the way that we play, we could come out here and execute and get things done. So I feel like everybody did just that, came out with the same energy, and we all came together and made it work.
And now how's tonight's win going to help you guys for next week?
With all the rankings and how he said and all of our energy, it's just going to pump up, and I know everybody's feeling great right now, so it's going to just stay like that.
All right, guys. Well, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
Bob and Jan?
What a great game, Hannah.
What a game by Leo Harrells.
I
mean, from beginning to end, as soon as Minnick went out, he stepped in to be the quarterback. He scored 2 touchdowns. He had an interception. He went out. He had whatever he had. He gave everything tonight. 120% from Leo Harrells. And that offensive line we talked about, 6'2", 289 coming in as an average. And Randy Spencer, he leaned on that. He needed that.
He knows that, and that's kind of like the Wyoming area mantra is like, if one person goes down, the next guy's got to come in. And that offensive line, Bob, like you said, we couldn't have all 5 of them over there. But Elko, the senior, did a great job leading those guys and keeping them calm and having them do what they do best.
Okay, Lakeland's first loss on the year, Coach. They head to Western Wayne, head to Mid-Valley, 2 teams in the playoffs. They're not going to be easy wins. They have Riverside and Dunmore to end the season. They looked a little banged up, but again, this experience will help them going forward as well.
And we saw Mid-Valley's good. Western Wayne, the Janishevsky's kid, they're going to have their hands full trying to stop that run game. And they're big and strong and physical, and the Chiefs have to have to heal, get better, and move on.
And then waiting in the wings, Scranton Prep, we'll see them at the end of the year. So next week, Coach and I head back down to the Wyoming Valley Conference, and we have Berwick taking on Wyoming Valley West, a big rivalry in the Wyoming Valley Conference. We'll be on the air next Friday night at 7 p.m. I don't know if we can match this game, but hopefully we do. And here we come, Spartans. We're coming down to
Valley
Kingston.
West Stadium, baby.
Down
here
to
we
Kingston.
go.
Randy Spencer talking to his team. His team improves to 5-1 on the year. In one of the best games you'll see on FNR this season, Wyoming area with a late touchdown pulls the win out, 19-14. Your final score for the entire crew. For Bill Murphy, our director. For
Great
Tyler
job.
Peterson on graphics. For John Klingerman on audio, and all of the camera people. Great job for Hannah, Jan, and Bob. We'll see you next week in Valley West. What a win. What a game here in Lakeland.
You're watching Allied Services Friday Night Rivals, presented by Dixon City Hyundai and Performance Kia.